okay? The silliness of it is that it's still hyper-individualized, but like, even when you look at it from an individual perspective, these guys were telling you that you're not supposed to be fucking using, plastic straws are literally, even personally, in all of the properties that they own and operate, in their individual consumption, their carbon footprint is insane. That is before you start considering that, like, they also own major businesses that are, vast, all-encompassing, also fucking destroying the environment as a part of their mode of production. Then you have to realize that, like, all the silly things that they advocate for are just a distraction. What's up, Felix?
We're in the same fucking thing.
What?
No.
It's okay. No. It happens, you know? It's not
a... Well, it's not like totally identical.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm
all right.
Get close up to you.
Okay. It's close enough.
Hold on. I'm going to also do some tweaking here a little bit. We'll put the noise gate up. I think you'll be fine. Or speak into it a little bit.
Okay. Hello. 1, 2. Testing.
Okay. That should be fine. As long as you, like, speak directly into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I mean, this is my go-to. This is my non-travel mic. This is the top of the line.
Yeah, SM7B, baby.
Yeah, no.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I did Olympic lifts for the first time in 9 months today.
Oh, did you? Oh, good. You didn't get injured? Nothing?
No. It was my first time, like, since I fucked up my back when I got too excited doing snatches, and I didn't get too ambitious. I don't know. I think in a month I'll be back to 2 plates for clean and jerk.
I don't do any Olympic lifts. I only do compounds, but I never do Olympic lifts.
I did Olympic lifts in the first place because, like, I found everything else too boring. Like, I tried doing, like, a bodybuilding type workout when I first started, like, 12 years ago, and it was just so fucking boring. I couldn't get through it. And Olympic lifts are like, I had to bail on one today. I tried 205 after, like, not doing them in almost a year, and I bailed, and it was like for a split second I could have dropped the bar on my head and, like, paralyzed myself, and that's what's fun about them.
Oh yeah, the imminent danger of dying, the imminent danger of death. Okay, that's valid. We were just talking about Davos, World Economic Forum. Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin are there.
Yeah, they got a standing ovation for saying that they're not going to end the judicial filibuster.
Yeah,
or the filibuster in general.
Yeah, it's great.
Davos sucks. Davos sucks. It's always, like, been evil and bad, and, like, they usually, like, it's evil and bad for, like, direct reasons they tell you, right? Like, every year it's just, like, a new rebranded austerity. It's like, we want people to retire later. We want to privatize more pension funds. But now that the average person knows what it is, people make, like, all these Photoshops where it's like, oh, you won't believe what they said at Davos, and it will be like Klaus Schwab being, it'll be a picture of him in a fake headline that's like, actually, everyone should be a pedophile.
Yeah,
it's they're already saying evil shit. You don't have to.
Dude, that is exactly, dude. That is literally what I've been talking about for the past hour, which is, like, it's so fucking annoying that they're like, or they even talk about, like, some of the actual things that they do say about climate change, but, like, they don't realize that that's just marketing for liberals. That's just, like, normalizing the existence of the World Economic Forum for a bunch of, like, professional managerial class people to be like, yeah, we care about climate change, like. No one is going to force everyone to eat bugs, okay? When the agricultural industry is so powerful and such a major contributor to anthropogenic climate change, they're not actually going to fucking turn around and, like, stop you from eating cows, okay? Don't fucking worry, dumbasses.
Yeah, I've seen BP do these same ads for, like, 15 years now about how they're going carbon neutral and how they have like a new green way of doing things. It's like taking that at face value. And the entire reason there is a Davos and can be a Davos, and, like, the entire reason why a guy like Klaus Schwab can exist, just being a podcaster solely for Fortune 500 CEOs and prime ministers, is, like, agribusiness. It is like the beef slurry that people will continue to eat until it's no longer possible.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It is very very frustrating to see that though. And now like CBS, AP, they're all like covering the World Economic Forum, but they're talking about it from like the perspective of course, conspiracy theories gaining traction online, and it's like they're these right wing fucking idiots, and or just like most normies, I think have reasonable and understandable animosity towards the wealthy. They recognize that something is fucked up, but they have no way of like communicating or no way of like genuinely comprehending what's fucked up about it. So they just like hyper focus on like weird marketing points that they talk about with respect to like eating bugs as a substitute for protein, or made up shit like everyone at gunpoint has to be a pedophile.
Yeah. No, they take like. You remember when Bill Gates like drank that poop water? When he like, they were like, oh, we took a bunch of like water from the sewage treatment plant, we refined it, so now I can drink it, like that. The Davos set, or the Fortune 500, or the NWO, or the NATO Satanic Alliance, whatever you want to call it, whatever your alignment is, and whatever you want to call that. They love like big, flashy, headline-grabbing things like that no one is actually going to do because it makes them look busy. It's a macro version of when like blue municipalities ban vape flavors. It's looking busy.
Yeah. No, it's looking busy and also like appealing, I think, to the sensibilities of people that are not directly in control, right? They're not like capital owners themselves. They're not business owners themselves, but they're like, they're watching Sigma Grindset podcasters, and they're like thinking like one day I'll become, one day I will also be a boss.
Yeah. It's people who like,
or like liberals in general that are in positions of like some power, like managerial roles and whatnot, that go, oh well, yeah, they're looking out for our future, like they're doing the right things, I think.
Right, yeah, just it's all reassurance. It's for like people who like, even if they don't necessarily have equity in whatever business, even if they're not like, fully capital owners, they do have something to lose if this goes away, and it makes it appear as though like someone is looking after keeping this thing going forever.
Yeah. Not that hard to go vegan, and then you have annoying vegans in my community who like hyper focus on that aspect of it immediately, as though like that's what we're talking about. That's just marketing. That's just flavor. Okay, they're sprinkling that on top to get people like you to not realize the major issue at hand, which is a bunch of billionaires, millionaires, and politicians getting together to be like, how do we just keep this shit going?
Yeah.
Because it sure seems like they're getting more upset at us year over year. What do? Let's rebrand capitalism.
You can go vegan eating entirely things that like ConAgra produces. You can like, I mean, like, I admire it as an individual choice, but like in the face of everything else, in the face of agribusiness's hold on every food that we eat, like it just, not even a drop in the bucket, unfortunately. Like most personal choices. Who's this? Who's Goshen prepping?
Someone just sent me a prepper talking about the World Economic Forum, Davos. Get ready for this and their hidden plans.
In Davos in a few days, and that's so exciting. Of course it is. Of course, I'm being facetious about the whole thing. There are, of course, many, many conspiracy theories surrounding this group.
What is the Starfleet Academy? That's what I want to know. Chat, someone look.
Is that Star Trek?
I don't know.
That's like Star Trek shit.
And if we actually want to attach the word elite,
he's got a bunch of cogs.
It's going to be
he's a leftist
members
prepper.
of the WEF.
He's cog and he is a skull.
But why are they so bad? And one may simply attribute their actions to trying to better the world. Are they? Are they truly nefarious? Well, we're going to do a little digging to find out, and stay to the end, because I guarantee you will be shocked at what we found. And first off, you have to understand that when you talk about World Economic Forum, we can't say that word without the words or the name Klaus Schwab. And understand Klaus Schwab, who started the WEF, we can actually let him speak for himself by looking at a few quotes of things he said. This new era of global reset will lead to a fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identity.
This is like the biggest reception he's ever gotten. Like, he has to kind of be happy about all this, because it's like, usually for like the past like 15 years when he said in any of this shit, Like everyone in the audience, their eyes are glazing over. They're waiting for like the Ghislaine organized orgy that's coming after. They're just, it goes right through them. They've heard shit like that for generations. This is the first time in history that people are taking this bullshit, just nothing that Klaus Schwab is saying, and going, "Oh my
it's
God,
real.
he's
It's gonna happen.
He's gonna do it." Yeah,
yeah. No, for sure, for real. We're definitely doing that, guys. It's happening. The Great Reset, and the funniest part about it is that it's happening through vaccinations.
yeah,
which are gonna kill everyone.
Yeah, no. The Great Reset, it's like everything else, where it's like, there's a kernel of truth in it, but it's like it already happened, and it happened like 20 years before you were born. Before any of us were born.
Exactly. Whenever motherfuckers, I was just saying this. Whenever motherfuckers talk about like, oh, they're taking our freedoms away, it's like, dude, you have nothing. Like, people are like, oh, I'm so terrified of a Wall-E style future where I'm just like strapped up to a fucking desk and it's like pumping me nutrients as I watch television. It's like, you literally are that. You're doing that. You have no control over your life. There's no mechanism of pushback. You have no way of like, gaining a modicum of power in your immediate life where you spend 80% of your adult life in your workplace. And you're just sitting there thinking like, oh man, they're really gonna fuck us over with these vaccines. It's like, they already fucked you over. They're just talking about how to keep the fucking over continuing.
Yeah. You have no ownership in any of this. And the Great Reset, it started. If I'm going to attribute the Great Reset to any one individual starting it, I am going to have to go with Jimmy Carter. Most people say Reagan. Carter really got the ball rolling on all the Great Reset-y things. Credit deregulation, transportation deregulation, the famous Paul Volcker slaughter, the financialization of the American economy, the increased use of proxies by the American empire, and most importantly for branding, post-presidency, he started one of the world's first let's look busy NGOs. I mean, they do actually build houses. People do live in houses that he helped build, but still, at the same time, if you're a guy like that who annihilated everyone's buy-in to whatever this is, who did such a great reset on everything, what do you do after? You start a non-government organization. You start a charity, and you're like, look how much I care.
After you eviscerate, you start the problem, you accelerate it, and then you make busy work as you try to individualize tackling that problem, which is what NGOs and philanthropies do in general, which is like, bring it back to the individual. There's no collective action to take here. Come on, everything is fine. But like as an individual, you can take matters into your own hands and you'll feel good. Yeah. You'll feel really good.
And he was the blueprint for all that. And like, what's interesting about him specifically and his historical role is like, I don't really think Jimmy Carter is like a Bill Clinton where just he would have done anything to anybody if you put Bill Clinton anywhere. You stick him in China, make him born to parents who were exiled during the Cultural Revolution. He's gonna rise up to the same position. Kazakhstan, fucking Turkey, Greece, wherever you put him, he's gonna end up in the same place because he's just that type of snaky person who can worm his way through anything. I think Jimmy Carter really thought he was like fixing things. I think people went to him and they were like, "Hey, look, we can't make things anymore. We have to like." There's going to be some pain, but we have to have a consumer economy, and you have to do this, this, and this. And he's like, "Oh, okay. I'm just a dumb hayseed." So, yeah, no, I'll let you charge people that.
So if you're vax, you're fucked? Wait, that's your takeaway? No, man, the vaccines don't matter, dumbass. It's good. The vaccines are good. It's just like, as I said earlier in the broadcast, like, we vaccinate our cattle because we want to protect it so we can keep eating them and keep consuming them and keep using them, right? You are like cattle in that regard. But the vaccine itself is not a bad thing. It just, like, makes sure you can go back to work. That's it.
Right. The point of the vaccine is like to not overwhelm hospitals.
Yeah.
Like that's from the point of view of like capital owners, the challenge that COVID presents once like everyone figured out what it is and what it isn't, about halfway through it is will this crush our nation's healthcare system?
Yeah.
That's the problem that like China's having. China, like, their true problem at the heart of all things, according to people who I actually trust in China, who are neither like, psycho China watchers who are just, frothing at the mouth for some confrontation over Taiwan, or the people who actually speak Chinese, who know a few things. The challenge they're having, the problem they're having, is that like, A, they weren't able to vaccinate enough seniors, and B, they like, if there's like a major outbreak, if there's like what we had, like our Omicron winter in 2021, that would obliterate their healthcare system, unfortunately. And so they're in between a rock and a hard place where they both have to like vaccinate a ton of people they didn't vaccinate, and they kind of need everyone to get it, but they're not really ready for it. That's the problem. In the West, we just, we bit the bullet.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck it.
We decided to make sure that, everyone is in some way at least like relatively immunized by just getting it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Who cares? I don't know what the long-term consequences of that shit might be. Who knows? Fuck it. YOLO. In the short term, though, like, you'll be able to go back and eat your $5 jalapeno poppers and things will go back to normal and you won't disrupt the system anymore. I also thought they don't have the mRNA vaccine, so it's less effective. I think like there was another conversation about how like
theirs isn't quite as good.
Yeah, the Sinovac is not that good, and also on top of that, I believe Pfizer and Moderna have refused to give their cocktail to them as well, because like there's a lot that China could do, or everyone else for that matter could do with like mRNA vaccine technology. So that's also been like one of the disruptive processes in China having it. They're like, okay, then we won't buy it.
Yeah, I would say, keeping that one from them, that's probably the most effective thing that the U.S. security state has done to China in like 30 years. Unfortunately, it's having, horrible human consequences and horrible consequences for the global economy. But, I mean, going by the blob, if you're the blob, you like seeing pain in the Chinese economy.
Oh, yeah.
That's your job.
There's also... speaking of IP protection, and this is like not fully related to Davos, but Brandon is not out there right now because he's at home speaking to the orange-pilled Dutchman. He's met with the leader of the Netherlands today to speak to them about what, like denying access or denying the sale of like a key piece of semiconductor technology that the Chinese want to get into, because they're looking at new avenues of like growth, and it does seem like they're going through their 80s and 90s era of like, permanent growth, robust middle class. So now, their labor sector is not going to be their main driver, so they're looking for technology. And that strikes me as very odd that like the American president could just be like, hey, don't sell this semiconductor technology to China so they can mass produce it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do think that former Cold Warriors and current New Day Cold Warriors are sort of feeling their oats, given that Russia has, let's say, blown a lead in a way that we have not seen. I think that's really encouraged a lot of erstwhile Cold Warriors who, 20, 30, 40 years ago were fighting the actual Cold War. Not 20 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. And now they get to run it back with China and Russia. I mean, Russia, like, if you're a neo-Cold Warrior against Russia, like, Jesus Christ, that's the Pelicans. You're playing against the Clippers.
Whoa! Why do you say that? They have a Poseidon nuclear tech now. They finally are able to use a radiated typhoon.
Okay, after the special operation, I do not even think that thing would I don't think it would get out of the stratosphere.
It would be a fart.
I don't think that leaves the country.
Yeah, no, they would accidentally bomb themselves, I think, if they tried to do the super wave thing.
Yeah, no.
But luckily it would not succeed, and it would just be like light drizzle on top of a a Russian seaside town.
Yeah, I don't believe a fucking word they say about anything military related.
Yeah,
after this.
their special
No
operation.
Way. No way.
Banger.
Yeah.
It's going so well for them. Honestly, they're like they have to take on dubs by sending like fucking rugged like Syrian battle scarred Wagner dipshits to Bakhmut or whatever, and like they bomb and eviscerate like this ugly town and take over another fucking block of like eviscerated villages to be like, oh, we did it. We fucking did it. We are so good at this, which is not a war. It's a special operation.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. With the special operation at, I think you could most charitably call it like a standstill. I mean, yeah, no. If you're blob aligned, now's your moment. People are more into this shit than they were like a year ago. And yeah, as you said, what's the best way to fuck with China? Economy, chips.
Yeah.
Make it so they can't get the PS5. Look at all the pain that put us through. I was just able, after years of waiting, finally able to get my brother-in-law the new Xbox for Christmas. And that's not even the main one. That's not even like the high-ticket item.
Yeah, the PS5 is impossible to find still at this point. But the irony, of course, is that like I have one and it's basically dusting.
Yeah. No.
I have not used it because there's no fucking games on it. Because most people don't have it. So they're not even like making games exclusive for the PS5.
The game I've played the most on my PS5, I bought it during quarantine. It was like my only quarantine panic purchase. I bought a scalped one.
You didn't do fucking
no, not toilet paper, not anything.
No. You didn't do the weights. I did weights. That was my quarantine.
I got
panic
one.
purchase.
I got a kettlebell and a mini trampoline, and I still gained like 50 pounds.
Yeah, same.
I got so fucking fat.
Squat rack and everything, and then I moved my mom in, so there was like no place for me to use it. You know what I mean?
I got so fucking fat. Like no matter what exercise equipment I bought, I got incredibly fat.
Yeah.
I was 60 pounds heavier than I am now. But yeah, that was my main panic purchase, and yeah. The game I've played on the only game I've really played on it is Bloodborne. That's it. Yeah, because it's no. Fucking waste. I could have done something way more fun with $750. Something that I also did during the pandemic, which was great. Bitcoin online CS:GO slot machines.
Oh my god,
that was amazing. That was a great time. I had to stop. I had to cut myself off. I bought so much fucking Bitcoin and Ethereum so I could. You could play a $100 slot that was only knives. I got the worst knife ever. I got like a battle scarred huntsman, but like that was like worse for me. Like I think like
you're such a degenerate.
As far as like degenerate activity, during quarantine, I think that was worse than if I had like gotten on the dark web and like bought heroin. The CS:GO like Bitcoin slot machine was ultimately like more degenerate and far worse.
Yeah, at least you'd be having fun with heroin.
Yeah, I was having fun. I was having fun.
It's just L's on the slot machine for CS:GO.
No, I wasn't. No, I did not get I've done way better with just like the regular Valve cases. I've opened like 4 knives on those.
Bro, these guys, Hasan be like spending $1 million in Valo skins is good, but I would never buy Bitcoin. Bitch, I have no, like that's like lighting money on fire. Okay, when I buy a skin in Valorant, there's no marketplace, which luckily, okay, I'm not buying it because I know that like there's going to be a return on my investment. I'm buying it because I have the capacity, I have the capability, I have the money to buy it, and I just want it. I want a fucking nice skin. That's it. There's no additional reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I like and don't like that about Valorant skins, right? Like the only reason you buy a Valorant skin is because you like how it looks.
Yeah.
But I like the fact, and I am aware at how much like a fucking Web3 person this makes me sound. I like that there is a soul to every CSGO skin. that everyone is unique. They all have their own float value.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
No, that is how I feel about them. That's the only thing I feel that way about. But it's like they all have their own float value. They all have their own unique pattern. If you get like a case hardened AK and it's in this like certain special pattern, an Emirati or a Saudi prince will wire you $200,000 for it. I love that about it. I love the thrill of like. I've unboxed a knife 4 times. I think I'm slightly ahead in all my CS:GO gambling, but that feeling and knowing that no one else in the world has that knife, I love trading that knife and getting someone else's knife and seeing that it has a nameplate on it, and the nameplate is in Mandarin, so I know that it belonged to a Chinese exchange student in Toronto who is playing on NAE servers.
Nice. The popular switch from console to PC is so sad. PC that lasts as long as the console, that's 1,000 plus. Yeah, okay. Friend of the show, Philly D, mentioned me in today's video. Oh, it's probably because I got banned on TikTok.
Wait, how did you get banned on TikTok?
Oh, dude, I get banned. So I get like clapped on TikTok TOS all the time because it's like automated. There is like, I'm convinced
it's like Instagram, yeah.
There is no real human being behind that process whatsoever. But I got banned on TikTok because my editor Ostenox, who controls my TikTok account, posted something that went super viral, like immediately. It had like 600,000 views in like 2 hours. Like it was going crazy. And as soon as that happens, people immediately will go and auto report it because they want to take it down. So when enough people mass report it, it just gets, your account gets banned. So what ended up happening in this circumstance was, they banned it. You want to see what the reason was?
Black Lives Matter, all lives matter.
Black Lives Matter.
I guess all lives matter.
Like, there you go. That's a great way to look at the extremes on both sides. One side is saying Black Lives Matter and, Black lives are a part of all lives, so all lives clearly don't matter until Black Lives Matter, because Black lives currently don't matter. The other side is saying, nah, fuck that, all lives matter actually. Black Lives Matter too, you're just fucking wrong for bringing that up. The extreme in that situation is one side saying, correctly, that, Black people are disproportionately targeted by the criminal justice system and sometimes even killed as a consequence of that disproportionate targeting and systemic racism. The other side is denying that reality. On the extreme side, on the other side, they are also taking matters in their own fucking hands. So how can you look at that situation and go, both sides have some ideas here?
Why is that?
Because I feel like my life matters too, and I'm not Black.
That's it. That's what got me clapped. They took down my editor's account too. They mass reported my editor's account. And even fan accounts that are like associated or have my name associated with it. So then I reached out to them, their support line, the TikTok US support. And I said, like, my editor's account, this is my account, whatever. He said, got it. One moment while I check on these. Hi again, Hasan. After speaking directly with our suspension team, the ban will stay due to hateful behavior. We apologize. We cannot give you better news. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for your patience and understanding.
I mean, I guess I can see it from a robot's perspective, how that could be hateful behavior, like taking 1 or 2 sentence fragments out of it. But yeah, that is, exactly how it works on Instagram. You like anything, any reproduction of any, like, really anything to do with race or like, if it has like, I don't know, a picture of a German soldier with a swastika, a historical picture, you're zapped. Same thing. I think you were talking to a robot here too.
Yeah, 100%.
I do not think this was an actual person.
No, this is why would a real human being say, "Oh, I'm so sorry to give you this news, but you're racist."
Yeah.
Turns out I talked to the TikTok support team and they said you're a fucking racist. Actually,
I do want to.
My account got shadow banned on Instagram for the ISIS meme.
Oh yeah, no, they really. Instagram is so fucking annoying with that. Like, people bitch about Twitter moderation, or they used to, but like Instagram and TikTok are, I don't use TikTok, but from what I've seen, it's the same thing where it's just completely automated and you have no real recourse. It's too big. You're not even dealing with like a guy in Malaysia. You are dealing with an AI, and not that good of one. I do want to say that really understands the current meta.
Yeah, no.
Having the
No, that's
mobile
what-
game and the cutting
Yeah,
of
the
Play-Doh.
Subway server.
Yeah.
So it was a two-parter basically where we started off with the first. He did this thing where it's back. My account name is back now finally. Okay.
You got it back?
Yeah.
Like
No.
just now?
Yeah. In 24 hours, I had to like go through my management, other people's agents. Like, have you seen? Reach out to TikTok to be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? But it sucks that like that's what it takes for like a human at TikTok USA to literally fucking, go, oh yeah, I guess we fucked up. Sorry. Here, let's unban it. And at that point, it's like the video is off circulation immediately. You know what I mean? This shit got 700,000 views in 2 hours, and then it's over. And then I got banned. Have you seen? It's like mobile game, but then on
there's no. If you're just like a normal guy who has a bunch of followers and you don't have like management, you can't like you can't get anyone to talk to anyone on TikTok. You're just fucked. You're not getting it back.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. But yeah, no, we're gonna do the Subway Surfer meta. When I first found out about it, I loved it. But I guess HasanAbi made a new TikTok already. Go watch it. There you go. Tragic. I'm pretty sure TikTok view counts are hugely inflated. I mean, it doesn't matter. It like actually does put. It's like Facebook. When Facebook was like opening up the video faucet, yeah, the numbers were hugely inflated, but it was also putting you in front of like, it was putting you in front of millions of people too at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I think like everyone, anything where you see views is inflated. Anything, but I've seen too much actual cultural impact from TikTok to think that it's like completely made up. That's crazy. I think it's like genuinely rewiring people's brains, like legitimately. Yeah,
I don't know why people undermine that. Like there is definitely something there, and you see it. You see it within the mannerisms that people have. You see it within like the way that people talk. Even like, it's just it is very successful, I think. And a lot of the right wing understands that. That's why they mass report, because they're like, I don't want this fucking guy to be talking about Black Lives Matter or anything else for that matter. We want to make sure that there is no, you want to fucking tamper that reach.
I saw some generational thing that I thought was interesting was that Generation Z, they say that millennials have a tick of whenever they're on video, they wait a second to make sure that it's recording. That's in all of their videos. If you're like older than 29, and that the for Gen Z, there's no delay. They're just completely in sync with their phones.
Yeah,
they've never been without them, so they don't have that awkward pause that everyone born like 1993 or before has.
Yeah.
Multimillionaire Jim Rohn.
I don't know what this is, but it's gonna be fire.
All right.
I hope the real advice it gives you is how to avoid the top of the hour ad break, though, because I'm going to run that right now. A 3-minute ad break is upon us. You no longer want to see them, you can subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime, or by getting gifted a sub. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. We're not going to watch a 10-minute TikTok.
Best
You're
lesson
crazy.
I can give you on economics. It's very simple. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. That's about as simple
If you
as I can
watch
put
this, you are never
economics.
retiring.
We get paid.
Most people are not retiring anyway, so.
But yeah, well, most people, but especially not if you watch this.
Yeah.
For bringing value to the marketplace. Now, it takes time to bring value to the marketplace.
I'm bored already. I can't watch this.
Yeah, no.
Butter Dish, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads. Oh, here. Look at this, dude. Teachers say teenage boys are copying the hand sign Andrew Tate and his brother made when they were arrested. Like they're they're
just tending your fingers. People have been doing that forever.
I know, but like like Andrew Tate and Andrew Tate's prominence is a perfect demonstration of like I don't care about the symbolism and stuff. Like like the OK sign, whatever.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
liberals love like hyper focusing on symbols. But Andrew Tate's like personal prominence is a testament to how successful TikTok can be in spreading certain characters, certain ideas. You know what I mean? Like, it's great. They do it very successfully.
You know what's interesting about that is that Tate was sort of like, he was like a mid-range reality TV guy.
Yeah.
He was like, in that meta, because I do think like it's the same thing, right? Like if you're a influencer, you are you would have been a reality TV guy if you were born in the 70s. But he was just like a little too early for that. But his just general thing is so perfect for that. And there's also like, it is, I have to say, a little bit ingenious that he made all the Hustler University kids, like, their job was to repost his content on TikTok.
No, it was perfect.
That's a little ingenious.
His multi-level marketing.
I wish I thought of that.
His multi-level marketing scam directly tied into his own personal brand. Like, you had to make him famous. If you wanted to do a MLM shit, you had to make him famous. And you had to defend him too.
And you were paying to do it.
You were paying to do it, and then hopefully maybe one day you would get money out of it too.
Yeah, no, pretty ingenious. And yeah, he is also like perfectly oriented towards like this content atmosphere, the way in which people's brains are rewired. But, you know, you remember what Noel Miller said a few months ago that got people really mad at him?
I don't remember the exact details. I remember covering it, but I don't even fucking remember what he said.
He said something that was like pretty astute and smart, and people just became incredibly reactive, as they always do when anyone presents like a nuanced view of things. And his thing basically was like, I don't really care about this guy, Andrew Tate specifically, because it's like, well, there's going to be this guy. He'll cycle out. There will be a next one. There's always a next one. There's always a new one on the horizon that captures whatever the cultural meta is at the time. But I don't. Yeah, no. I think we're probably seeing him cycle out. He may have a little more staying power than a few of the other ones. Yeah, no. He'll be the next one.
Well, I think he basically took the Jordan Peterson method and made it successful in a way Jordan Peterson would never be able to, because he likes dressing up in like the Twitter suit too much. Yeah. Whereas like Andrew Tate is like a fighter. He's dumb. Like, he doesn't care about like coming across as like a hyper intelligent, you know, overly analytical human being. He doesn't have the same kind of like podcaster circuit dumb guy who wants to appear smart appeal. But there are significantly more even dumber guys than that on the planet. So they look at that and go with their lizard brains, oh, this guy, he has cars. He's always around women. Like, he must be doing something. He's in on it. I want what he has. I want that lifestyle. I want all that.
Also, yeah, Jordan Peterson, just even before like the Klonopin addiction and like the increased crying, he's always come off as like weak. He's always come off as like incredibly weak and fragile.
Constantly sobbing about like, man, what do we do without men?
It's always crisis. It's always the state of the world is horrifying. We're under attack. I'm under attack. I'm horrified. I'm emotionally distraught. Tate, you never really get that with him. His entire thing is like, it doesn't matter if Chaos Dragons are attacking you or whoever. You have to grind your way out of it. A lot of something interesting, like an intra right thing that I saw. A lot of guys who are like a little bit to his right hate him because they're like, he was sent by the NWO to tell you that like, if your life is fucked up, don't cry about how the Jews did it to you. Just grind your way out of it.
Who was doing that?
I forget who I forget who it was. It was someone like more, to the right of him, more like in the Kanye Fuentes Alliance area. And yeah, their entire thing was like, no, he is being sent.
It's like, yeah, the Jews are controlling the system and ruining your life, but also you should be able to grind your way out of it.
Yeah, it reminds me of, do you remember, everyone forgets this. This is my favorite Bill Mitchell quote. Everyone forgot it because I guess everyone forgot Bill Mitchell, even though he's
he said
one of my
someone
favorites.
said it was Bill Mitchell, the one who said it was the Jews.
No, Bill Mitchell said, he said, I'm 57 years old and I own a home and no Jew has ever stopped me from reaching my full potential. That's the fucking great. But that is like the intra-right war, I guess. Jordan Peterson also is I guess he's
that's more
alienated
consistent.
That
That's
too.
more consistent, at least with like the way that they view the world than like what a lot of these other guys do, though. Like they craft this moral system internally that like Jews are controlling the world and whatever, but you got to individually work your way out of it. It's still more consistent. Not that it matters, but a lot of these other guys are doing the exact same thing. They're just like, not your fault that you're not getting pussy. It's because, you know, we don't have a tradcath lifestyle anymore. And they rarely ever accompany that with like a genuine self-improvement.
Well, the Varg thing is like, it's already lost. You know, the Jews already took over. You're not going to, the only thing you can do as an individual is like find a woman who wants to live in a car, like move to the woods, eat mushrooms, have 28 kids, and wait for it to collapse.
Yeah, get together and burning churches are a faux pas now. We're done with that.
That's
not going to get you anywhere.
I love him. I like.
Is your favorite? That's your favorite Nazi?
I think, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He's fucking awesome because he's so unlike anyone else, and he like truly does not want like conventional fame and stardom. He has a completely unique belief system in which Lord of the Rings is real. He's his own man. And you know, if every alienated male took his advice, there would still be mass shootings because there's always going to be mass shootings, but there wouldn't be like, you know, the El Paso shooting, right?
Yeah,
because like if you were inclined,
they'd be too busy living. They'd be too busy actually homesteading.
Yeah. If you're inclined to do like a mass shooting, based on, you know, racial beliefs or anything, you would be too busy, living in a car in Nebraska with your 17 children.
Except,
and like
I think didn't Varg literally do a murder though?
According to him, it was in self-defense. I'm going to take his word for it.
Pretty sure he did do that. I think
he killed him. He says in self-defense. I've seen a lot of Law and Order. A lot of cases can be very different than how they appear.
Someone said the details are that he stabbed him like 30 times in the back in self-defense.
I don't know. Well, like, okay, we don't know. Maybe Euronymous knew jujitsu.
Yeah, sometimes
or
a fucked up type of taekwondo where he just like turns his back and then his kicks are more powerful that way.
He was doing a spinning back kick.
Yeah. That's how it happened. I agree, I think.
Also, if it was a really small blade, like it's not like he stabbed him with like a claymore. If it's a small blade, you could technically stab somebody like 30 times and they can keep coming. Again, you know, I wasn't there. I'm not going to say what did or didn't happen.
Okay.
I'm not defending him. I'm just, you know, I'm saying what I know about true crime. I don't think he would do the show. I wanted to an idea I've always floated for us on the show is to play. He made his own version of D&D because like the real D&D is too cucked. Like
he made his own RPG. I heard. Yeah.
It's called like My Frog, and
he's like D&D, not enough race realism happening.
It's complete, like he made his own race-based D&D, and I like really want us to play it on the show, and it has been shot down the 20 times I've suggested it. I guess it's just not going to happen, but I really want to do it. I think it would be fun.
Okay, well, let's get to the real news.
Like I feel like I'm the villain of that game. You know what I mean? Like it's about like me or racially me. I feel like I've licensed to play that game, but whatever.
Yeah, as a Jewish person, you are able to say whatever you want about Varg or even play his copyrighted properties.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you imagine you get a DMCA from Varg? Like they did the PewDiePie back in the day when he played that one game.
Think about being Varg's lawyer.
Oh my God.
If you're Varg's lawyer, that is, first of all, like, he has to have found like a lawyer who has like red or blonde hair and blue eyes. And like, even in France, like, good luck.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is my dream. That is my dream to
You
be
get-
Varg's lawyer.
You get owned by VAR. I mean, does he have to be pagan? I feel like, or does he
Yeah,
still
he's
fuck
pagan.
with Christians? I know, no, but his lawyer, or does he still fuck with Christians at least to a certain degree?
I want it has to be really hard to get a pagan lawyer. Like, where do you even look for that?
Twitter.
Yeah.
He's doing the Elon Musk strat.
Yeah, I need a pagan lawyer in France who knows the American copyright system.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna move away from Varg. Wait, what is this?
And people that
No, we're not gonna watch him
Not
explain
one
what
yet.
autism is, dude. Come on. Okay, we're gonna move away from that to actually important news. Have you been keeping up with the Biden docu saga? The documania. Sad. All I'm gonna say is sad. This is such a I think liberal media is covering this more than Fox News because they recognize that no one gives a fuck.
Well, yeah, document stories are boring.
Yeah. At least with Trump, there was an element of danger with nuclear, potentially nuclear stuff or whatever, how high level the classified the information was. And then Trump also was not collaborating or cooperating with the authorities. You know what I mean? There's nothing here.
Yeah.
So far.
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's such a flop.
The fact that Trump had classified documents at his house, not surprising. And yeah, I do think to an extent the argument oh, Bill Clinton probably has them, George Bush probably has them. Yeah, sure, probably.
Yeah.
Right. As you said, the juiciest thing there was the idea that there was proof that he sold nuclear secrets to the Saudis. That is the most salacious thing. Biden, with Biden having documents, fucking go figure. B, every bad thing that Biden has done, we've seen him do out in the open for 60 fucking years. He did all of it. You know?
I mean, he's a product of the political machine. What the fuck are you expecting him?
He got in on anti-busing and has been on the wrong side of almost every important issue ever since.
I guess with the exception of pulling out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
That was the first and last moment that was, Dark Brandon, if you want to call that meme a real thing. That was it. But then they dovetailed into Ukraine so quickly. So it didn't even.
Yeah. And now, of course.
They literally just changed on the Excel spreadsheet. They changed the output to instead of Afghanistan, Ukraine. Those contracts are still very much alive.
Right. Yeah, if I'm trying to think of good things he's done in the foreign policy arena, it's pulling out of Afghanistan, and there has been an inarguable decrease in drone strikes. However, it's still the same blob. It's still the same evil empire, and even if there are less drone strikes, there's still, thousands, if not a cumulative millions over time of preventable deaths in Afghanistan through sanctions. It's still the same evil machine, and Joe Biden was there building it all along.
Yeah. All right, but let's hear what the liberal media is still covering because they are completely out of fucking content, okay?
It's new pressure from Congress. Senior White House correspondent Mary Bruce has the latest. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Yeah, the pressure on President Biden is only growing after more classified.
Oh my God, the pressure. Felix, the pressure is growing on him.
Delaware home. And now this morning, the White House is firing back, accusing Republicans on the Hill.
Blake Masters tweet about this.
I've seen so much more content from the gas stove conversation.
Yeah.
Than this, and by people who own electric stoves all the time too.
People who have never had a gas stove, have never touched one.
People who live in Florida and have never seen a gas stove are fucking tweeting about how you'll never pry my gas stove out of my cold dead hands, you motherfucker.
This is a fucking brick. This is nothing.
Yeah, it's such a flop. It is such a fucking flop, dude. It's not working. I don't know why liberal media is covering this nonstop. I think they're just out of content.
Yeah, to make it look like they're we cover it when it's Trump and we cover it when it's Brandon. If there are
they're
documents,
unbiased.
If there are documents, we're going to talk about them.
But also simultaneously, I think my takeaway from this is that this actually is like a decent distraction if it were to be like a real story from the fact that Biden might not run again. Because this would galvanize the base of support. If this became like the thing, right? If this became a story, then you would have liberals endlessly defending it on the actual like meat of the argument by being like, well, Biden actually cooperated with the authorities and Trump didn't, right? Like,
oh, do you think it's like a gut check? Do you think it's Ron Klein like doing a gut check to see if like there's enough reflexive Biden support so that like there's enough liberals who will like reflexively defend him in a scandal, like a fake, like low intensity.
No, I think this scandal
like
would galvanize support from the liberal base because it's not a real scandal. It's not real enough to like hurt Biden's chances. It very obviously on its own, like if it were to become a real scandal and like, or not real scandal, but like if it became a thing that Fox News was covering nonstop, then Republicans would hammer in on like investigating Biden and whatever, and then liberals would reflexively run to defend him because they'd be like, well, it's fucked up because Trump had a higher level of classification in his documents, and also on top of that was not cooperating with the authorities when he was presented with the opportunity to do so.
So it's like a Gulf of Tonkin, basically.
Yeah,
it's
and
a
then,
Gulf of Tonkin type scandal.
Yeah,
meant to make it so like they don't have to go with Kamala, because nobody wants that.
Yeah,
No one in the either institutional or the base or the activist or whatever part of the Democratic Party wants that.
I'm not saying that this is definitely the thing, but I'm saying that if this were to legitimately become a story, which it hasn't yet, and it probably will never become one because it's so mid, this would only take away from the real conversation that the Democrats would have, or Democrats are supposed to be having right now about whether or not Joe Biden is capable of running again.
I mean, he wasn't capable of running the first time, and he did it. You think
he's gonna run again? He's in it for the long haul, Jack. He's gonna die in office, and then Kamala's gonna become president.
I think that is the only way that Kamala will ever become president. I think B, okay, if he doesn't run, they're in this like really shitty position where they kind of do have to give it to Kamala, and I'm sorry, she's losing. She's not winning. She's not a winner.
Yeah.
She just doesn't have it. Maybe they could luck out and she could choke during the primary. That may actually happen. I mean, it would be pretty crazy for a sitting vice president who is, maybe even acting president at that time. Maybe Brandon does her the favor of stepping down for her so she gets to be president during the primary. Probably not, though. He's not exactly done her a world of favors during this entire time. But I don't know. Who would she lose to? Who's her competition? Because in
the Democratic primaries, you mean?
Yeah, because Gretchen Whitmer says she isn't running. Everyone says they're not running. But I see Whitmer as like
it's time.
She's probably their best option who isn't Brandon, right?
It's time for It's time for fucking not Bernie Sanders. No, you guys are denying Beto O'Rourke his time in the fucking spotlight.
This is the time.
Yo, what the fuck? It's Beto, baby. It's Beto time.
It's between Beto and Stacey Abrams. The Democratic nomination. I mean, I don't know. Maybe a completely castrated Bernie Sanders. Maybe they take like the one fucking 10% of the one remaining testicle he has left, cut that off, and then they let him have it. I don't know. But I think even the Democrats realize how not ready for battle Kamala is.
J.B. Pritzker?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he certainly has the money. If he does what Bernie failed to do and buys off all the middlemen, it's his for the taking. I think that in a national contest, like if I'm putting on my hat, my Ron Klein hat, if I am pretending to be a 40-year veteran of the Democratic machine, I'm probably going to want to go with Gretchen Whitmer, right? You're going to want like a sort of 6 foot tall, like filthy Midwestern woman, right? That's your best bet, I think. Especially against Ron DeSantis.
I mean, it's like it's the governor battle. And
Yeah,
I
and
think
she's a stronger one.
I was about to say, and I think Gretchen Whitmer nationally is infinitely better than Ron DeSantis and the way that Ron DeSantis would be viewed nationally. And I think she is more telegenic than Ron DeSantis. She'd be more charismatic than Ron DeSantis.
Way more likable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she in all the Q rating shit, she blows them away. I think Ron DeSantis he will never be ready for prime time on a national scale outside the Republican base. And I don't know. I'm not even really convinced that he's going to win the primary. I think he's been hit with like a little bit of a political Madden curse. They put him on the cover of the game too early, and his ACL is going to explode in 50 different directions.
And he's not like, well, the other thing is like,
he's also not funny.
He's not funny. He's like the second best Trump without any of the pizzazz. And also, the only reason why he ever fucking blew up, which is what is mind-boggling to me, is because he was doing all the Trump shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he blew up because he was like a seasoned statesman who was like fair and balanced. Like, no, man, he literally shipped immigrants from fucking Dallas, not even in Florida, Venezuelan immigrants, mind you, which makes it like even weird within his own base of support in Florida, to Martha's Vineyard. Like, he did the whole like election tampering, investigation unit thing where he went and like arrested fucking old ladies that had like manslaughter charges, like a vehicular manslaughter charge, you know what I mean, from like fucking 45 years ago, and then had to release them immediately. So all that stuff that DeSantis did is just like basically following Trump's steez, like copying his flow bar for bar and doing a shittier job at it. And we now know that, like, nationally, at least according to what happened in the midterms, like, that stuff doesn't play too well.
No, yeah. I mean,
the trans stuff, the anti-trans shit, the anti-gay shit.
Yeah, no, most culture war stuff, most Americans are just weirded out that you're talking to them about. They don't know what the fuck you were talking about, and that's all he talks about. Do you remember when Elizabeth Warren, when she was running for president, and she said, my pledge to you right now that when I'm president, I am going to go into the Rose Garden and I'm going to read the names of every black trans woman that died that day. Yeah. Which was like, it was...
No, Elizabeth Warren is the land acknowledgement candidate.
I remember constant stuff like that from Liz Warren because she was trying to sort of flank Bernie on the left on social issues, and she got like a very Twitter-heavy campaign, let's say, even more so than Bernie. And Ron DeSantis, his governorship has just been the right-wing version of that. The difference is they love it. They love that shit. His version of going to the Rose Garden and doing that, they adore it.
That's all they have.
Yeah. When he goes out and he puts out like an executive order, saying that like paper straws are gay, they're like, this is great. We love him.
Yeah. He's the best governor anyone could ever ask for. To be fair though, if Rick Scott is your man beforehand, like, you're not really expecting much out of the government. You're the only expectation is that he doesn't look like a lizard person and like openly fuck you. Like openly fuck you over all the time and give you like the little treats that you want by owning the libs every now and then. But yeah, it's but that base of support that you're referencing is not large enough to
it's not
to
national.
Perform at the national level. Unless, like, this is what I've been thinking about this entire time is like, will there be enough pedophile and demon hunters for that to be like a national constituency, that like a winning coalition? Like, will American brains rot to that degree that like there are enough people? I don't think so.
I have trouble seeing Ron DeSantis beating any Democrat besides Kamala Harris in 2024. I'm not entirely sold on him winning the primary. That's the other thing. There are 2 or 3 polls that people touted where he was surging, but those have since died down. And like, I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on him. I think people, I think you have to look at who is gassing him up, why, and I don't know. You have to look at the man himself, to him talk. Are you captivated? Are you interested? Or do you think, Why does he sound like this? Why does he sound exactly like Jared Kushner?
Yeah, well, I mean, he is a part of the political machine.
Yeah,
in ways that like Trump was able to very easily deflect away. He's the exact opposite. He is the guy. When Trump turned to Hillary Clinton and said, "I paid for you," like, you remember that moment? Like, that was a huge moment, like where people went, "Holy fuck, I can't believe he said that," because it's true. Ron DeSantis is the type of person that Trump would pay for.
Yeah, and
you know,
he also, I mean, Trump kind of put him over the finish line.
Yeah, that's also true.
If not for Trump, he loses to the greatest partier the state of Florida has ever seen, Andrew Gillum.
Yeah, that's
they should have run Andrew Gillum
again after he got
like, how could that be worse than Charlie Crist?
That's true. At least he's fun. At least he likes to have fun.
If they let him do Molly during that first campaign,
he would have won.
Yeah,
they would have pushed him over the edge.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis would be a fucking Republican backbencher.
Yeah. All right. Well, but enough of that. Let's get back to this.
Okay.
Let's get back to this. Brandon.
Are you sure there are no more classified documents?
President Biden.
There's no way he can hear that.
No.
That is hilarious, dude. Fuck
isn't
yeah.
talking as questions grow over
being
his
the reporter
handling
yells
of classified
that is throwing the short
information.
end of this
Mr.
straw.
President, how do you think that the classified documents got into your boxes?
A
Great
White House
question.
lawyer confirming over the weekend that 5 more pages of classified documents were found at Biden's Delaware home last Thursday. Classified material was first found in November in Biden's former private office in Washington.
This is the worst
But sources say it was the
scandal I've
discovery
ever
in
heard about.
December of documents in the garage.
They got the aerial shots of the home
Of his Wilmington home that was the tipping point, prompting the Attorney General to appoint a special counsel to investigate.
Thank God.
Republicans in Congress.
I feel Felix is undermining this truly important moment in American politics. I can't believe that he's such a lib. He's such a DNC operative that he's just trying to deflect away, okay? As you can see. Not me, though. I feel safe. I feel safe going to sleep at night knowing full well, okay, that the American people will finally have an impartial, independent prosecutor looking into this Biden document mishandling case, okay? Thank God.
Congress have launched 2 investigations of their own.
I think there's a lot of questions that continue to raise, and we want to get all the information possible.
But the White House this morning is firing back at Republicans' demands, noting they've shown little interest in investigating Donald Trump's refusal to turn in over 100 pages of classified documents stored at Mar-a-Lago, saying House Republicans are playing politics in a shamelessly hypocritical attempt to attack President Biden. But while Trump refused to turn over documents for over a year, prompting a subpoena and eventually an FBI search warrant, Biden's lawyers say they are cooperating fully, but they've been tight-lipped publicly.
Typically, when a security investigation is being conducted, the details of that investigation are not disclosed. This is to protect national security.
Now, critics say this approach, though, raises real questions about transparency, with the White House still refusing to answer even some basic questions about all of this. And while they insist they are being fully cooperative with the special counsel, George, they are still declining to say whether they will comply with these Republican-led investigations on the Hill.
Okay, Mary, thanks. Let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. So let's talk about the next steps in the investigation. No search warrant yet. Will that come?
I don't think so. I mean, so far you do have cooperation. Remember, we're not talking about subpoenas or search warrants coming from Congress, right? We're talking about from the Department of Justice. I don't expect them to go for a search warrant. Why? Look at what happened in the Trump case. You start with the National Archives. The National Archives reaches out and says, we want these documents. They negotiate. They feel like they can't get them. They hand the case over to the FBI. The FBI issues a subpoena. The FBI says, here are the documents that we want to get. The Trump team assures them, you now have all the documents. They get a tip that says, that's not true. That's when the search warrant comes into play in the Trump case. So even in the Trump case, they weren't going for a search warrant
much fucking
anywhere
shittier
near
than, like,
the outset of the investigation.
So the same likely to hold for subpoenas?
Subpoenas a little
his
different.
paintings for
Is it possible, though?
$300,000. Okay, that's money laundering. That's interesting. That's something. Go after that. What the fuck is this? This sucks.
But he mishandled documents, dude.
My God, I never want to hear about documents ever again in my life.
They'll issue a subpoena, sure, to simply say, look, we want to ensure.
I also want to see Hunter Biden's penis more. I mean, he is a nice one, and I think the American people deserve to see it.
That was sort of in 2020 with the Hunter like sex tape stuff. That was sort of like a preview for the 2022 midterms, where it was like it was a closer election than anyone realized. But in the margins, I think in the states that Biden barely won, it was tipped over by MAGA people running around showing normal undecided voters. Look at this. Look at this is
look at his
this
dick.
is Biden's son's cock. Look, he's look, he's fucking a,
they were door knocking.
Fucking a hooker. Look.
They were
look, he came in her. He came in her. She's going to have one of those weird birth control miscarriages. Look. I have pictures of that too. I took a picture of her toilet. Look. Look, this is her pussy. She was fucking ovulating. Look.
It's just they made fan cams of Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
That was insane. They literally made fan cams of Hunter Biden that like made him look kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean,
it was very weird.
Hunter he reportedly sold one of his paintings this year for $300,000, right?
Uh-huh.
That is 100% money laundering, right? Like there's no way, there's no fucking way it is actually valued at that. I think it's the same thing as when I see like a purple rarity CS:GO skin randomly one has been sold for $1,000 when it usually goes for $27. Something weird is going on there. I don't know what Hunter's up to. Something weird. I don't know. But, they're totally ignoring that because there's no nudity involved and they're just I don't know, gas stoves and whatever this is. I've seen overhead shots of Biden's fucking house that is you can probably get that house for $20,000.
Think how many fucking documents could be hidden in there though.
Oh my God, they have an attic. The attic is probably all documents.
Yeah. Like the Biden is like secretly running a pedophile ring under the tunnel system in DC is at least like more creative than this shit. Which is why conservatives, when they cook up stuff, it's like creative. Sometimes they go a little too far, right? And then, gross out like the suburban moms that want to vote for the Republican Party because they're fearful that like black people might move into their neighborhood or some shit. Or that like,
But they can't even like, okay, the old Republican Party, they could see like rising crime rates and fear of crime and take that and put that into a policy and put that into a set of ideas and images and they could find the perfect sound bites and find the exact things that would tickle that fear button and get people to vote the right way, right? The new one is talk about people's brains being rewired. Talk about TikTok fucking up everyone's brains. I will never forget the New York Republicans who I saw who were just chanting crime. Like they don't even.
They were pro-crime.
Yeah, they're not even like thinking of a dog whistle. They're just excited that a bad thing is happening. Their brain just skipped the step where you have to take advantage of that. I don't know. My current appraisal of that party and their prospects in 2024 and the great beyond, except in a few states, is get that hunk of shit off the road. They got to change. They got to change things quick. They are. It seems like they have nothing but Debbie Wasserman Schultz's at the driving wheel. That thing is tanking.
They have liberalized the Republican Party in a very meaningful way where like even their advocacy for like losers. Like it seems like a borderline Democratic Party moment for the Republicans. At least all things considered, they used to fucking win, okay?
Lee Zeldin is their new Beto.
The fact that Christopher Rufo is not like summarily executed by a firing squad is so weird for the Republican Party.
Christopher Rufo, they should, he is their Robbie Mook. Christopher Rufo went around to who want to pay less taxes and are afraid of crime. And he went around and he traveled the nation. And he went up and down and he went across every seaboard, every border state, every school district, everywhere in America. And he met all types of people. And he went up to all these people who were amenable to voting for a generic Republican. And he started talking to them about furries.
About teenager genitals. At a certain point, if that's all you're talking about, people are going to be fucking grossed out by that shit.
If you are talking to, a 60-year-old, a homeowner, a guy who has he has so much to lose. He's afraid of higher taxes and everything. And then this fucking dummy walks out and he starts talking to you about sissy hypno. And you go, what is that? And you stay home unless you were in Florida. I don't know how they're gonna unfuck themselves. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I mean, they.
It's also a bit of a. I think I've said this already, but like they are victim of their own success. Like the 35-year national project of like banning abortion was never supposed to actually ban abortion.
Right. It was supposed to make it as.
Like I can't believe they did that.
It was supposed to make women's lives as awful as they possibly could in as many places as they possibly could. But
which it already was.
Yeah, they were already doing that. They were already prosecuting women for having miscarriages. They were already doing all these things. Abortion was effectively banned in like half the country.
Yeah.
Then they finally do that, and I think they have permanently lost a generation of voters.
Yeah. What a big legislative dub for you guys. That you shut down the one fucking abortion clinic in like Louisiana that was in operation. Like what did you do? You literally took down fundamentally, okay, in the existence in like red states, especially a lot of like red states that had already thrown every kind of red tape they could at these abortion clinics already. You just took the last remaining abortion clinic down. That's it. That's all you got. And for that, what was the price you had to pay? You had to pay like a bunch of women that would otherwise be in the fucking margins go, oh, what the fuck? This is kind of shitty, isn't it?
You also, they did the best thing they could have done for Democrats. They gave young voters who otherwise had totally checked out after Bernie 2020, gave them a galvanizing issue. They gave very young voters of...
Michael sent this. That's so fucked up. I'm glad that
I got cured after.
I'm glad that you were able to overcome your vaccine injury, Felix.
How did Michael find it?
I don't even know. Where was it? Oh, is this tweet?
No, that's my friend Bob. My friend Bob he's a very, very nice, very normal guy in real life, but he posts some very repulsive images.
Oh, okay. Well, we weren't able to see it because
no surprise he got banned.
Yeah.
I don't know how Michael found that. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was in my Manhattan apartment, which I greatly miss. Oh, I can't wait till my lease is up. I'm plotting on
What are you gonna do?
I want to move. I don't know.
Move away from Los Angeles?
No, I'm not gonna move away from Los Angeles, but I want to I don't know, somewhere closer to the mountains. I'm thinking I'm going eastwards. I found in some places it's incredibly cheap to get like a replica of an apartment that would be like $30,000 a month in Manhattan for like less than 9% of the cost. I'm excited. I live in a real fucking dump now.
I mean, that's LA.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Hey, my brother.
I'm excited, though.
This guy, Relatable Thoughts, says, hey, my brother in Christ. I only tuned in to see the haircut, and I can confidently say that that's not it. Sorry.
Okay, well.
Thanks, man.
That's not it. And brother
in Christ.
That's like 8 strikes. You are permanently out.
Yeah.
I would ban that guy longer than someone who posted like my mom's address. That's like a bigger red flag to me.
Okay. Speaking of red flags, we're moving on to former candidate. This is a fun story. Have you heard about this?
Oh, wait. Oh no!
Oh, dude!
What the-
Oh,
wait!
yes.
Oh, I did. It was a gun safety. Yeah, the gun safety shooting. Yes.
No. This is no. That's not it. That's not it. No, this is the
Is it a
former
different
candidate. No. This is different. A former candidate in New Mexico, a former GOP candidate in New Mexico, went to state legislators' houses, Democratic state legislators' houses, with a gun and shot them up with documents in hand, saying he actually won the election that he had lost.
Still a better strategist than Chris Rufo.
Wait, someone said he's a Larishite? Oh, fuck. Oh, this story is so good.
Dude.
Oh.
Talk about monkey's paw. In 2021, I talked about how much I missed people. Well, we fucking got him back.
Oh, that's so good. It's so good.
Monkey's paw, always. But
There is
all
a shooting.
I want to learn about this guy.
Solomon Pena was a Republican candidate for state representative in New Mexico District 14 and brought LaRouche PAC's policies to Republicans and Democrats alike, as well as, this is the consensus candidate, dude, that everyone's looking for.
Oh, my God. Chris Rufo.
This is the guy this is the Jimmy Dore candidate.
No, yeah, Chris Rufo this is going to be his Eugene Debs. The guy who runs for prison.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's currently being persecuted by Brandon for trying to citizens arrest like the minority whip for the New Mexico State House.
Yeah, no, this guy's got some good ideas. He's brought a lot of good ideas to the table. Let's hear him out.
In New Mexico, targeting Democratic officials. A former Republican candidate is in custody this morning.
Oh, he looks
Our Chief
like
Justice
that
correspondent
new
Pierre
soy
Thomas
jack,
is in
too.
Washington with those details for us. Good morning, Pierre.
Robin, good morning. Authorities have been warning about the potential for political violence since the January 6th attack on the Capitol, especially from far-right radicals. This morning, there's hard evidence those fears are...
Wait, because he's a Lurishite, you think they'll fucking be like, he ran as a Republican, but he's actually a liberal?
He's an anti-Malthusian liberal, and the only space for that is in the Republican Party.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because the number one defense mechanism for every single right-wing shooter is for everyone on the right who are exactly like him and have the same ideas to be like, oh, he's gay and also a leftist.
Yeah. Dylan Roof actually supported the left-wingers in Parliament in Rhodesia.
That's always what they
that
do.
One.
They love hitting that line, and it always works for so many people that are already brain broken. They're like, no,
yeah,
totally, dude. Actually, Paul Pelosi definitely having gay sex with that guy.
If you're already stupid, it's going to work on you.
Yeah.
That's so funny that was the first thing Elon did after he fully took control of the company was post a gateway pundit story that's actually Paul Pelosi and this guy were doing mutual masturbation and fucking each other and they're gay.
That was very cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
If you're the Morgan Stanley guy who signed off on loaning him $10 billion and you see that, what are you doing? What are you doing except taking every pill in your drawer?
I do appreciate that Elon Musk has done everything he can to undermine his money-making operations, base of support. The main consumers are Twitter-enjoying liberals.
Yeah. Oh,
and he's just every day that he's been on Twitter, he's just been no, I'm actually right-wing as fuck, and I hate you elitist liberals who are buying all my Teslas.
Did you see that he unfollowed Kimball?
Yeah, what's that about? Is there you think there's internal board struggles happening currently?
Well, okay, here's what I do know about Kimball. We do know that Ghislaine allegedly tried to get a girlfriend for Kimball. But outside of that, Kimball is a lib. Kimball has posted about Greta Thunberg approvingly. Kimball is a big, he's sort of a crunchy granola lib, which a lot of those people have gone over to the QAnon side, except he hasn't. He's very much a regular by the book Silicon Valley lib. And I think him and Elon probably had a political falling out. And, I've heard some weird theories about what Tesla actually is or isn't, how much of it is, complete fraud. Maybe there's a fallout about that. I don't know. I haven't talked to either of them.
There's also a court case that's happening, I believe, right now about the whole stock manipulation that occurred when he was I'm taking Tesla private at 420 or the Tesla public at 420, or no, private. The fuck?
It was taking it private at 420.
It was taking it private at 420, and he has like funding secured for it. And then everyone that bought into it at the highest point were like, well, what the fuck? You never actually wanted to do that. Holy shit. So now there's like an actual, there's actually a court case that's happening as well, on top of everything else that's occurring in his life, where I do think that a lot of the Elon Musk supporters within the board are genuinely frustrated, understandably so, at his performance so far at Twitter.
Do you think so? I saw some of the texts between him and Kimball, and despite Elon being the far richer brother and the brother that got all this started, has helped Kimball have such a nice, easy life. It definitely seems like Elon is kind of like the beta brother. Sometimes there's an alpha brother and sometimes there's a beta brother. I knew a set of twins once where one twin was clearly the dominant one. One was the one who was clearly picking all the things they were supposed to do and say. Elon definitely seeks Kimball's approval. And Kimball, knowing that Elon has both caused a lot of legal trouble for them and has become far more right-wing, all signs point to a personal falling out.
Yeah.
I would never unfollow my brother.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I would never do that.
That's cuck behavior. That's what liberals want you to do.
It is. You're not supposed to turn your back on your family. Me and my brother don't agree on everything politically, We're not as far apart as Kimball and Elon. But I would never unfollow him. I would never do that. But we also, we're equals with each other. We're not. I'm not subservient to him like Elon is to Kimball.
Tesla video promoting self-driving was staged, apparently, according to the engineer testifying.
Oh, no way.
That's so shocking.
No way.
What has Elon Musk ever done that legitimately was okay? Let's get to the shooting thing because we're all over the place, and also the place that we're at is the top of the hour where there's a 3-minute ad break. We're going to continue on with this GOP shooting case, but if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime, or by getting gifted a sub. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
Well found.
We're going to continue. I'm going to go pee.
This morning, a failed Republican New Mexico State House candidate under arrest.
He's an election denier, and he doesn't want to accept the results of the election.
39-year-old Solomon Pena stands accused of conspiring with and paying 4 men to carry out 4 different drive-by shootings.
I want to point out that cop who had the high and tight haircut, the Vikings haircut where the sides are shaved, he does not have the right shape of face for that. I'm saying that because I don't either. I tried it when I was in great shape. Didn't work for me either.
That have terrorized the Albuquerque community since December 4th.
On the last shooting, we now have evidence, too, that Pena himself went on the shooting and actually pulled the trigger on at least one of the firearms that was used.
Detectives say Pena, a vocal Trump supporter, paid the men cash and sent text messages with addresses where he wanted them to shoot at homes, targeting 2 Democratic State House legislators and 2 county commissioners. Bullet holes seen in the homes and cars that were targeted. State Senator Linda Lopez says a bullet passed through her 10-year-old daughter's bedroom. Thankfully, no one was injured in the shootings.
5 persons.
Okay, this guy sucks. This guy is he wanted to be the LaRoucheite King Vaughn. He wanted to be the shooter who has shooters under him. He wanted to have his own Get Back gang or doing the steal twice. And I don't know. I guess they hit somebody's Allman Brothers poster.
Persons were involved inside this conspiracy.
Investigators say the evidence they have gathered against Pena include cell phone records, firearms, surveillance footage, and a witness inside and outside the conspiracy.
Of course, there's never there. You can't do an execution without having a Fed involved.
Yeah.
You cannot. How many times do we got to tell you this? You can't put a hit out on someone and not have it be conducted top down all the way by a federal agent.
You missed it. He paid guys in cash to do the shootings with him.
Yeah.
And they also all missed.
L.
Oh my God. Yeah, this guy sucks.
You couldn't even find like a hitter, dude. That's crazy.
These people were at home. These people were like completely reclined watching fucking a Taylor Sheridan show.
Wait, just one of the guys? If your shooter looks like this, you're going to jail?
That's your shooter? That's your fucking Lugo
this is him.
Brasi?
Is it? Is it actually him? Solomon Pena's alleged... Oh, no, it's one of his alleged accomplices. Oh, he's got the Whataburger down, too.
That guy's not hitting a goddamn thing.
I mean, he needs to be hitting the gym, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of calories in that Whataburger, baby. What are you doing?
That was me during quarantine. God damn.
My favorite is this type of person, though, like who is on Twitter and is like, the new face of the hashtag MAGA movement, hashtag MAGA terrorists. I mean, I guess technically they are, like, on the most technical definition, they are trying to do terrorism, but, like, because they're so goofy and so bad that, like, it just feels weird to, like, compare them to actually successful terror cells. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, calling him a terrorist is, like, an upgrade. Like, the guys in Four Lions were more successful than these guys.
Oh,
God, this guy
man.
sucks. That is... If that's my shooter, I'm giving up on my plan to stop the steal. I'm letting the steal happen.
At the end of the day, this was about a right-wing radical, an election denier who was arrested today, and someone who did the worst imaginable thing you can do when you have a political disagreement, which is turn that to violence. That should never be the case.
Pena has a criminal record and served nearly 7 years in prison for burglary.
Well, hey there.
He did 7 years?
For burglary? What the fuck? He did 7 years in prison and could not have, like, actually decent criminal connections?
Bad interpersonal skills.
Yeah.
If you do 7 years
You're
in
so
prison,
bad at networking, dog. How the fuck did you not figure... Like, if you are hiring henchmen from a fucking online forum of groypers after being in prison for 7 years, that's crazy, okay?
Ghislaine has been in prison for what, like 6 months, right? And she's already like...
Oh, she's already running that shit.
Yeah, people say she is like the queen of that prison. Ghislaine has, if she hasn't already gotten someone killed in that prison, she could if she wanted to. This guy did 7 years in like a prison that probably had tons of murderers in it. Did not make a single friend.
That's not going to help us colonize the moon and alleviate all human suffering on Earth. Put that $38 million into fusion research. Read this piece by LaRouche.
Do you think that in...
Bro, he took a photo on his phone of this article and then highlighted it too. Like while he was... Oh, that's awesome.
Do you think that he knows that they achieved fusion or energy positive fusion for the first time a few weeks ago?
No. And not, I don't even think that matters.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
No, that's just all like, it's all science fiction for this guy.
For him, that's like, I mean, that is a very exciting development, but for him, what he actually wants, he doesn't care.
This is one of the last pictures I have from the January 6th trip. I lost that phone at the Trump rally in Phoenix, July 2021. Make America great again. The LaRouche Pack endorsement. Oh, God, it's so good. It's so fucking good.
And LaRouche Pack did fall off, though. They used to be like...
Didn't they overtake one of the communist parties or some shit?
Oh, man, they overtook a ton of parties. They were amazing interests. The CIA called them like the world's greatest private intelligence body. They were really scary. They were really scary to go up against, you know, when Lyndon was still alive, especially during the 70s and 80s. And now this guy.
Yeah, but I guess leftist mobilization has like died out as well in the process. So
yeah. That's, I mean, I guess there's not a lot to interest into. I mean, it could be worse. Look, people can bitch about the left today as much as they want. Nothing that anyone can do will be, to me, as much of a failure as those people have the most to answer for.
They have a huge network of shell orgs like Committee to End Child Abuse, Nebraska chapter and stuff. Also, they used to go to communist meetings and beat up communists with nunchucks. Okay, that part is kind of funny and cool.
How, did they like train in nunchucks? Was that like a personal directive?
I don't think
from
you can
Lyndon?
just like. I don't think you can like use a nunchuck without a little bit of training. Like
you kind of have.
It's like
to know
kind
what
of
you're
you would
doing.
hurt yourself in the process. It's one of those things where like you would very easily hurt yourself if you didn't have adequate training.
I got nunchucks when I was like 13, and I like looked up how to use them, and all I could ever do is like that figure eight, like this thing, and like the figure eight. I think you could probably hurt somebody pretty bad with a figure eight. If you're going to a Communist Party meeting, chances are there's going to be like a former New Left guy in there who's like 73 years old, and you can probably fuck him up pretty bad with a figure eight nunchuck move. Everyone else, I don't know. Well,
that's I wish there was more. I'm excited to learn more about Solomon Pena.
Did they ban his Twitter, or is it still up?
No. He's like arrested. I'm sure it's still up. Albuquerque police have arrested a failed GOP state candidate, Solomon Pena, for the rash of shootings on Dem officials' homes and offices over the course of December. Police say Pena conspired with and paid 4 men to carry out the shootings. It's not clear if Pena himself fired any of the shots. Oh, here it is. Nope, he's still here.
Okay, good. Because I hate it when they ban people.
Oh, dude, he had no clout, bro. What the fuck? Like he
you're
had
verified
nothing.
with less than 300 followers. That sucks.
Wait, he probably bought it. Oh no, he didn't. It's a notable government account. Wait, hold on. Let's look at it.
No, yeah, that was.
Let's look at his follows without. There might be some TOS in here, but.
Okay. God, I hate the new like. Being able to buy a check mark has really like fucked up accounts like this where you can Ben LaRoche. We're looking at his following. He was following Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan,
and Bennett LaRouche pack apparently. Science and Economics of the LaRouche Political Action Committee. Lauren Boebert, Kerry Lake War Room. God, this guy's Twitter is ass.
What a terrible timeline. Gary Johnson. Lyndon LaRouche pack. That's an account I follow. Oh, he followed Twitter verified. I guess he was really excited when he got that. I'm wondering when I'm going to lose my check mark.
I haven't lost it.
I haven't lost mine either, but he keeps saying like, in February we're going to get rid of the legacy ones unless you're like,
famous.
Yeah, unless you're like the government or ExxonMobil or like, Myra Flores.
Wait, the cop from Tennessee is riding a mechanical bull? Oh, you know the story, right?
Wait.
You saw this Tennessee cop, right? She fucked the whole squad.
Oh, yeah. Her.
Apparently, this is a video of her riding a mechanical bull. She know how to ride.
All right. She got pretty good time on that thing.
I don't think it's appropriate that she was fired. I'll say it. I don't think she did anything wrong.
As far as like things that I've seen cops get away with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Yeah. She was taking cops off the streets and fucking them. There's nothing wrong with that. She was keeping everybody busy. She was keeping the whole squadron busy in the small town.
There's this like 6'6", 300-pound cop in Chicago who beat the shit out of like a tiny like lady bartender, and he got to keep his job. It was on camera. This lady though, she gets fired for fucking the whole team. That's not fair.
Yeah. Messed up. What is this? Oh, I know what this is. This is insane. I think isn't this like the children that are like being taught? Oh no, it's not. The little girls that are like being taught how to be like good wives or whatever, and they're like 4.
Out.
This is the male version of that. My man's hair. What is happening there, bro? What the fuck? Am I seeing this wrong?
It's like his body rejected.
Is it
plugs.
like artifacting? What the fuck's happening here? What?
He needs to download new NVIDIA drivers.
Bro, he did like, you know how like like ancient Japan, like they had the crazy haircuts where they would have like a little piece in the front. That's what he's keeping alive, dude.
Yeah, that guy's the shogun of Maricopa County.
What the fuck?
Dump it. Magazine. Drop it. Rack it. Dump it.
Oh, I guess it's something on his wall.
Is it? No, it's moving. No, it's not, bro.
Oh, wait, the little bit on top. Yeah. Okay.
No, that's what I'm talking about. The little bitty piece up in the front.
Yeah, it's like he has a Hitler mustache on the top of his hairline.
Why did he do that?
Oh, God. Well, this guy is absolutely going to get killed by his son one day.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
By accident.
Like, soon.
Oh, my God.
1, 2, 3.
In the holster.
I learned how to use a gun. And
This guy has to be like a federal agent or something, though. He's like way too in shape for him to be like a regular cop.
Yeah. Probably Border Patrol or something. Though those guys are often pretty fat.
Yeah, those guys are fucking garbo too.
Yeah. I learned how to shoot, and I learned gun safety at a fairly young age, 11. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But teaching your kid how to like mag dump and all this shit, that's at age 5 is a little much, I think. I think wait a little bit.
There was another one. Does anyone have that other video I saw, chat, where it's like a bunch of like 4-year-old girls that they're like teaching how to be like adequate housewives or whatever. That shit was like insane as well. Again, and that's the female version of this though. That's like the girl version of grooming.
They do like conservative finishing school now.
What is that? What finishing school?
That's what finishing school used to be for like society women. You would I don't know if you I guess before and during a lot of the Industrial Revolution, really until like, I don't know, World War II, I guess, if you had money and you had a bunch of daughters, you would send them to finishing school where they learned how to like be good at being a wife and like...
They're saying charm school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess this version would be teaching them how to make like that trad wife like casserole slop that they're always posting, like Abby Shapiro meals.
Okay, no one can find the fucking thing I was looking for, but anyway, whatever. Neighbors who found a toddler with a diaper wandering around. What the fuck, bro? What?
Oh, Indiana, of course.
Bro, are you fucking joke? That's just.
Indiana.
The incident was caught on building cameras. The father who lied that he didn't own a gun was arrested. Dude, what is happening in America, bro?
That is Indiana, though. That is very specifically Hoosier behavior.
So was it Hezbollah? No, man, that's a baby, dog.
That is an actual baby, yeah.
He's just waving that thing around. Wait, is he shooting? No way.
Oh, no, he just pointed it. Okay, good.
He's a, oh my God.
Best father in Indiana.
Most responsible gun owner, dude.
I really do think this is Indiana specific more than anything.
Oh, this is what it was. Thank you.
Okay.
When our girls are old enough, we start training them to be homemakers.
My God.
They look so miserable, even at like the age of fucking 4. You know what I mean? That means they start cleaning up after their father. This way, they know what is expected of them when they get married. They're expected to do it happily and graciously. They just don't look too happy.
There needs to be a Waco raid on this house specifically.
Wait, what? We were simply training them for their future husbands. We know not everyone agrees with this, but that's okay. Smile heart. Their future husbands will thank us.
Oh my God. Like, just doing this and posting this, like, knowing it will, like,
they're just not going to be normal. Like, you just fucked any chances they have of, like, ever being normal human beings.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's so fucked.
Those are like toddlers. And here's what you need to do so your husband doesn't kill you. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's probably the most depressing thing you've ever showed me. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
God, I hope they get out of that house one day.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
Oh
my God.
It's satire, is it not? No, man. Look at this shit. I mean, also their behavior, like you can tell they're not enjoying the process at all. Yeah, we covered the 6-year-old that brought a gun to school and shot their teacher already in Virginia.
There was a there was a recent one in Chicago where a guy was teaching a gun safety class and shot himself.
Oh, I didn't even see that one. But you know who also was a gun safety instructor who also shot himself? The leader of the fucking Oath Keepers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That guy with the eye patch, like he famously
Stuart Rhodes did that. Yeah,
Stuart Rhodes, like he famously shot himself, and that's the reason why he has an eye patch.
You have to feel like such an asshole if you like wake up in the hospital and you have one less eye, and you know it's your fault. There's no one you can blame. I would just, if that was me.
There is no fucking shot. This is where Andrew Tate fans storm the streets of Athens in protest.
Oh man, if I was a Turk right now, I'd be feeling pretty fucking smug.
I'm not saying anything, but hey, look at these. They're Greek, man.
Okay. There's like 100 of them. It's like
That's a lot, bro. What do you mean? That's like they organized, dude.
That's a lot. Okay, but I'm not gonna.
Andrew Tate is currently being detained by Romanian authorities. Tate's a former kickboxer. We already know that. Okay, let's look at people showing genuine love for Andrew Tate during a protest in Athens, Greece. They're saying free Top G.
Okay, maybe some statements that certain nations made about Greece.
What the fuck?
Okay,
Bro, even Italians wouldn't do that, okay? What the fuck is this? Why are the Greeks being like this?
This is not the best behavior I've ever seen by the Greek people. But
what
I'm not gonna put that on the nation of Greece. That's like, I would say, judging by my knowledge of crowds, that's like 100 people. 100, 200.
That's still way too many.
That's too many people. That's too many people to go to a free Andrew Tate rally.
Free Top G. Like, you motherfuckers don't have enough problems in Greece? What the fuck?
God.
What is happening? What is happening?
Well, okay, if they get what they want and Greece declares war
on Romania,
yeah, who wins?
Turkey.
Yeah, well,
they literally, yeah. Erdogan goes to Germany and says, "We'll clean this whole thing.
Yeah,
up. Don't worry." And then you know,
yeah,
the entirety of mainland Greece, definitely the islands, okay, but the entirety of mainland Greece is now Turkish territory. Okay, they take it over.
And this would not happen in Turkey because Turks do know that he is a fake Muslim.
I mean, yeah. Well, also like a lot of young Turkish dudes, like they don't fuck with that stuff anyway. Like, or not like the, I think like a lot of young Turkish Muslims are more like when it comes to Islam and stuff, they just see it as like Erdogan's like promotion of like repressive shit that that like stops them from fucking accessing porn without a VPN. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, yeah. If you're young or you're a Kemalist, you're like, I don't give a shit if he's a Muslim, or if you're an Erdogan supporter and you're like an actual very conservative Muslim, you scan him as a bandwagon fan. He is the religious equivalent of a guy who became a Golden State fan in 2017. I don't believe him.
Andrew Tate Müslüman olduğu için değil, kadın düşmanı olduğu için seviyor Türkler. This guy says people in Turkey like him because he's an enemy to women, not because he's Muslim. Yeah, they might like that stuff, but they don't.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen Turks do this. So I gotta, that's 1 point on the ledger for Turkey, 1 point less for Greece for those keeping track.
That's wild. Did you see? Oh, this was such a funny tweet. It's such a funny fucking dumbass tweet, dude. Hold on.
Oh, wait, the Tristan Tate one about Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like.
So a recent tweet.
Oh, no. What the fuck? Why can't you ever find like, oh, here it is. This is it. It's so good. My brother has received thousands of letters from Muslim supporters around the world. Not a single Christian has sent me a letter.
How is he tweeting that? Didn't he get arrested too?
Yeah. They have people that are like tweeting for them.
Okay, yeah.
They have goons that are out and free tweeting from their accounts. And because their entire audience is comprised of like the dumbest people you can find, they're all too stupid to recognize that and go, oh, they must be free.
Dude, like, what Christian do they want to, like, is the Pope supposed to say something?
Yeah. Well, they're not. Are they even Catholic? I don't even fucking know. I don't think these guys believe in anything.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. This is a good brief aside. Wait, have you ever seen this? This is what TikTok has done. They all do the fucking Patrick Bateman Sigma stare, Sigma smile. This is what they do all the time.
That guy's wearing highlighter.
I've watched like 1,000 of that dude's fucking. God, my ADHD's out of control. This kid,
fully beyond my understanding.
2.3 million fucking likes on
so
this.
beyond my understanding.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
This guy, that's all he does is the Sigma stare.
It's gonna be so fucked up when, like.
By the way, you've seen the Indian version of this before TikTok was banned in India.
Yeah,
the Jokar face, if you remember. So
I've
now,
seen that.
now I don't know where the fuck this is. What is this like? Are they like Tajik or something? I don't know what this is.
It's gonna be so fucked up when I'm like 60 and I have to I'm like organizing. I'm like organizing my will, and my lawyer is like a kid who grew up watching this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
What a horrifying
Kazakh.
future.
Okay, he's Kazakh. I know that kid. I had a class with that motherfucker. No fucking. Oh, Kyrgyzstan. But anyway, this is like the new Jokar face on TikTok is Sigma face. That's all he does. That face. That's it.
Sigma is interesting to me.
13.8 million followers,
Holy
dude.
shit.
A Sigma must respect everyone. Goal 20 million.
Sigma is so interesting to me because it's like everything that they're describing as Sigma is really just like having autism.
Yeah. Oh,
and there is
yeah.
there is like a truth to it, right? Like there is a grain of truth in all of this, right? Like the most like out of my league. I've been very lucky in going out of my league, but like the most out of my league ever, I went. She told me that the thing that like impressed her the most was that I wasn't trying at all to impress her, and I didn't seem like I gave a shit.
That's Sigma.
That's just like not knowing how to impress anyone, you know? So there is some truth to it, but I think it's very Zen-like. Like I don't think you can train yourself to be like that. Maybe someone has. Maybe someone
gave themselves autism.
Maybe,
millions did, Felix, by getting the vaccine.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one said that angle about that. Is what's weird about the COVID vaccine stuff. No one says that the COVID vaccine gives you autism. Only the other ones do.
Yeah, that's. I guess. I mean, yeah. COVID only makes you like shake uncontrollably.
It makes you shake and like gives you heart attacks.
Yeah.
But not like autism.
Yeah. What's the left
Maybe
version?
Sinovac gives you autism.
Maybe. But these guys are Kazakhs though. But look. Why does it look like he's just eating snow? It just looks flavorless. There's snow everywhere. This is a snow popsicle.
So it's like Sigma to like eat a popsicle when it's really cold out.
Oh, he cries too, dude. There's so much emotion in this one. He didn't do the Sigma stare on that one because he was crying. You know, Sigma pillow. Dude, this kid literally branded the face, bro. I watched so many of his fucking TikToks. You don't understand, okay? Oh, here. Sigma is throwing trash out, doing pull-ups, making the face, obviously. I don't even know how.
I mean, look. There are worse things. There are worse things for like post-Soviet states to get into. They're wearing suits. They seem pretty happy.
Face battle. This is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Again, this is this is another fucking certified banger. Like the Jokar face. He used to get into face battles with the other Indian dudes that also had their own version of Jokar face, right? Oh God, I love this so much. What?
Oh, that guy's fire.
What are they doing?
This is like the end of 8 Mile. This is... Man, I fucking love Kazakhstan.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What a great place.
It's so sick. Oh.
Excuse me, bro. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Good taste. Strawberries.
Dude, it's so good.
This is like kind of... I wish that world culture was more multipolar. I wish there were more influences than American culture primarily. But one thing I do like about it is I like seeing how different cultures interpret American culture.
Yeah.
Like this
started off.
If you're a Kazakh guy who like sees
started
Patrick
off,
Bateman,
this started out with Patrick Bateman, doing that like, face or whatever, like the whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to fucking do it.
It's hard.
And basically, it is hard. Exactly. Watch this is worse. $826,000 likes, dude. What the fuck?
34 years ago, Bret Easton Ellis writes a book, a satire of Reaganism and consumer culture and financialization. And this is, you put it through the American empire machine, you spew it out into every culture in the world, and you get this. That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean,
it's just an entire generation.
Incredible.
Like, I hate to do the whole like, oh, you didn't get it. Like, you didn't get it. You didn't read the book. But like, it literally is that.
Yeah,
like,
no, yeah.
Everybody took the wrong message. They were like, no, this guy's super sick, actually.
Is it though? Because like, okay, I love that book. I know people like dislike Bret Easton Ellis as a guy. I don't really care. But like, I love that book. I'll defend that book till the day I die. It's hilarious. And like, the point of Patrick Bateman as a character is that he is totally replaceable. He is confused for other people constantly.
Damn.
And all these marginal things he cares about, like the little things that Paul Allen can do that he can't do, the business card, all this shit. It's all because in his core, Bateman knows that he's nothing and that only these marginal things can differentiate him. And he's a parody of a bunch of things. But I think if you are growing up today and you have no pre-phone memories, you, I don't know, you're kind of aware that you are Patrick Bateman, that you do have his bad qualities, that you are replaceable.
You think Christian Bale knows that there's a kid in Kazakhstan with 13, almost 14 million followers that just does the one fucking frame face that he did that is now like culturally in certain generations universally and culturally more relevant than he is and his character Patrick Bateman is?
I mean, presumably he has teenage kids. They probably told him about it.
Okay, that was my Jokar face. That's what I was trying to do, the Jokar face back in the day. What is this?
Man,
Michael sent this from Nigeria.
Oh, okay. They're making awesome shit over there, actually.
Me and my bro coming for the Lecky dudes real hard. I mean, this is good.
This is really well done.
Nollywood.
This is really fucking well done.
Yo, this tastes good. Salam alaikum, nigga. Damn, all these niggas trying to be selling me weed. Shit. I'm gonna need a ride.
They really got the movement down. This is really fucking good.
Yo, I'm gonna borrow that for Damn, it's 12. Shit.
I'm fine, ayo. Unedited, but see, you know, say you did lose. God, your guy for the time.
Bro, I know.
This is fire.
That was fucking awesome.
On my
Link up with your old time friend.
Damn.
The OG Giga Chad.
Look, lady, whatever you're selling, I ain't buying, yo.
Well, my name is Skylar White, yo. My husband is Walter White, yo.
What are you saying? This is not the... What? No, it's not. Is this the OG Giga Chad? I don't think so. Who the fuck is this guy? You're in the K-pop algo now, by the way.
Oh my God, yes, on that. I was really hoping that he will come through.
Okay, this is fire.
Oh my God.
That's fire. He's not the OG, but he's older than most. Okay, that doesn't count, dude. If it's not produced in Kazakhstan, I don't want it. I don't care. Sorry, liberals. You have no answer for this. Show Felix this classic. No, I'm not gonna show Felix the fucking TikTok. You attempted a Sigma Cobra face while playing Valor the other day. What is this?
If you
Aw.
you die.
I was trying my best there to get that.
Oh, can
I'm
I buy?
horny.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Going back to A.
That's not a Sigma face. You're wrong. Have you seen Eddie Liger asking you to do an interview with him on TikTok? Who's Eddie Liger? Oh my God. I don't know if I want to look at that. That's terrifying. Dude, this has 53.8 million views, dude. 53.8 million views, brother. Look at this shit. Oh no. Damn, bro. Sigma has emotions. Sigma don't cry for a friend. A real Sigma prefers to be in his own company rather than bad company. So real for this one. Sigma does not show emotion. What is happening? Why do 12-year-olds think that there is like a legitimate thing with this whole Sigma process, with this whole Sigma shit? Because they're 12? Yeah, goddamn. I feel like 12-year-olds are dumber than like when I was 12. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's just an entire generation growing up on fucking TikTok is just so bad. There you go. At 12, I was still playing Legos with my friends. Nah, you just don't remember when you were 12. Yeah, I was the jackass generation, so we were just doing annoying shit, but not on camera. Click the Sigma hashtag. I don't know if I want that. It's just this kid. I think they were just as dumb as any other gen, but didn't have any other avenues to post cringe. This has 10 million likes. What does this even mean? No, when I was 12, I just liked Halo and figured out how to jerk off. This is different. You're saying, first of all, you're saying like, you're saying that this is a one-trick pony, but like this is actually what works. Like being a one-trick pony like this is how you pop the fuck off on TikTok. Like what was that guy, Cobaini or whatever, the Italian dude who just does like he would just take viral fucking clips and he would just go like this at the end of viral clips, and he was like the most, what was Kabi Lame? I don't know how to say his name. That's all TikTok is. You find something that works and then you keep hammering it over and over again, and it will 100% penetrate the algo. It doesn't translate to long-term success. This shit burns out in like 1 year at the most. Brother, he has 14. I mean, Bella Porsche did it. You obviously have to move into a different avenue after that because you can't just keep doing the face over and over again. But this definitely is a very successful way to like pop off on TikTok. I mean, this girl is literally doing it now.
If you have 14 million followers and they're that responsive, if you get into like merchandise, like clothing, if you make like one thing, if you make like a hat that people like, you can be set for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
If you get like 1 million people to buy a $30 hat, you're good.
My girlfriend gets like 10 million views on TikTok. She makes like zero money. It's all about moving them off TikTok. It's really fucking hard. TikTok is not like other stuff. Almost click through. Yeah, because the algorithm is so good. What makes billions of people stay on the platform is also what makes them stop going to other platforms. Like that's the whole point.
TikTok's, it reminds me of the UFC, their promotional strategy. No one will ever be bigger than the brand of TikTok. No fighter was ever allowed to be bigger than the UFC brand. Same thing. But, you know, some people are really good at making money out of it.
I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
So this is what this guy does? Like Lord Trunks? What is this? 4.9 million followers? What is the... When your bro starts wearing tank tops?
Hold up. Let him...
I don't even understand. What? I mean, this guy's not as popping as the other guy is. The other guy's like 10 million fucking views every TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. Let him...
He just like looks kind of weird. Is that what his thing is?
It looks weird in a way that makes you keep looking at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I wanna see his weird...
All right, everybody was telling me.
Who does he look like? He reminds me of someone. It could just be
Adam Driver.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Nothing happened.
Why is his chin shaped like that? Is that like a filter, or does he just look like that?
Hold on, it could be the angle. Show me another one.
It's a filter, right? Oh yeah, look. This is what it looks.
Yeah. This is fun.
Because he is the cart titan. Danny Trejo.
So like, who has been the best at like monetizing TikTok? Like probably like the D'Amelios.
Streamers.
Yeah, streamers.
Aiden Ross, iShowSpeed. They popped off on TikTok and were able to like very quickly, because their main thing was actually still streaming, they were able to like bring audiences to like where they're creating the content. But other than that, I think like I think he did the I'm Better meme. Yeah, I saw this, but it only got like 2.3 million likes, which is nothing in comparison to like the Sigma shit. Look, even other copycats of the Sigma shit are also popping. Andrew Tate.
And yeah, I would put Andrew Tate up there.
You will never monetize TikTok off of TikTok unless you're getting brand deals. Unless you have a management team and they're serving you fucking brand deals. The Sigma guy with Mr. Beast has 10 million likes. The fuck, Mr. Beast went to Kazakhstan to find this man? What is he doing? Man, we're managed by the same people. Why are my managers not putting me fucking in contact with a Kazakhstan Sigma guy? What is this? The fuck are you guys doing?
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah, what the fuck? I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just always interested by monetization always. If our podcast started today, I don't know how we would achieve the same result. I mean, like, trying to monetize on like TikTok, like trying to migrate people from TikTok seems like a fucking nightmare. We were, we were just very lucky, very fortunate to, be one of the first few to really make a killing on Patreon. Because trying to like stand out, if we tried to like stand out on like just being on Spotify or just being on YouTube or TikTok, like that type of shit, like the current day content environment, I would, God, it seems like a fucking nightmare. I don't know how people do it. I cannot imagine anything except like being directly paid by the listeners, because everything else seems fucking impossible.
It's just like I don't like it. I just don't. I don't like that revenue model at all. That's why like my revenue model revolves around, again, just like your shit, subscribers.
Directly paid.
I don't want I don't want to have to rely on like fucking, brand deals and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've been like, I mean, like, I don't even really know, and none of us really know, like, what our total listenership is. We have, like, a vague idea, but, like, that's never really been our focus, because, like, we mainly, the core of what we do is subscriber-based, right? We have been, like, people since the show first started and, like, first started doing well, we have been, like, approached by people who, like, want to put us on like ad platforms and shit, and we've always ended up like just not doing it, because we have such a great arrangement of being supported directly that we don't want to like fuck it up. It would seem like a betrayal to the point that like it would have to be like a lot of fucking money.
This guy says no one listens to Chapo, bro. sorry bro, love you forever. Like, he's a fan of you, but he's like, the podcast that you do that's like, very clearly successful, like demonstrably successful, no one listens to it. It's all him on alt account.
We just broke through like our peak subscribership. Like, we're going to hit 40,000 paid subs this month.
Sorry, bro, that's all me. Actually,
we're not. Yeah, it's all
I'm funding
him.
it.
That guy. We're definitely not like in the Joe Rogan.
I'm a fan. I have all 2K subs. And that's the peak. You have 2,000 subs.
Thank you, man. We're definitely not like in the sphere of like Joe Rogan, that type of podcast. Like, we don't have 10 million listeners, or at least I don't think we do. But we're definitely we're up there. I'll say that. Going by what I know, we're definitely up there. We're not in the highest tier. We're not Call Her Daddy or one of those. But, we also have the greatest fans in the industry. We're the most supportive fans per amount of listeners.
Yeah. That Black Wolf feed is up near 10 million, I swear. Okay, I don't think so. But anyway,
I mean, if I'm counting Black Wolf, shit, I don't know. Maybe we're, I don't know. I'll have to do some math. I'll have to ask around.
Yeah, it's bigger than Majority Report. Yes, Chapo is definitely bigger than Majority Report. Chapo is probably you guys are probably the biggest like leftist content creation community, most likely, right? So like it's myself and you guys.
I think you're bigger than us, but I think in the podcast space we're probably still the biggest one. I don't know. Yeah, Black Wolf Feed makes it hard for me to fully figure out how many there are, but just as far as like direct downloads of free episodes solely from people who listen on Spotify, I can assure people that pretty big, a lot of
definitely the biggest leftist pod, easy. I just meant like in general.
In general, we are not in the AAA tier.
I have a larger normie appeal than you guys do.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's weird. Like I've seen whenever we say anything, like me, Matt, or Will say anything that pisses people off. Like whenever I say like Zell Disney or Matt says something about the Coke freestyle machine that pisses people off. The number one thing I always see now since the past like 18 months or so is like, oh, I'm so glad they fell off. I'm so glad that like no one listens anymore. Because like it's not 2018 and like we're not the subject of a controversy every day. So there's like a perception that like no one listens.
Yeah.
But like weirdly, like we have been surging despite there not really being politics happening.
This first time I mentioned Chapo to someone, they told me they stopped listening because you said some anti-Semitic things. They were not Jewish. That person was Chelsea Clinton. You lost a listener that day.
I haven't talked about. I haven't said anything anti-Semitic on the show in like 3 years, so presumably we've replaced that sensitive listener.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird. Like I do think people that like spend too much time on Twitter, they do think. I think in their mind, having not like checked any statistics, they think like we have like there are 200 people sub now.
Yeah,
like we lost everything after Bernie 2020.
Red Scare Femcel solo Chapo. Okay. You sure?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
like so, like beats.
Like they clear. Yeah, they clear you.
They clear.
They clear you.
Where they're more snatched.
Yeah.
Than,
oh man.
Well, hey,
I'm surprised.
That is another show that is doing amazing. They're doing amazing numbers.
Yeah, love that. Anyway, I'm almost positive sub getting banned is directly tied to Chapo sub count increasing while the drama decreased. Yeah, maybe.
I kind of think so. Yeah, I do kind of.
Yeah,
think
Reddit fandom over podcasts can turn really chaotic and awful.
The Black Wolf feed. I want to say primarily. I've said it before.
Not after today. Now that you mentioned it, and I mentioned it too, which I shouldn't have.
And no, I don't give a shit. Like, I've always said this: piracy always just represents like an audience members who are just they're not going to pay no matter what. And we've never like aggressively gone after it. The only thing that like we will aggressively protect is something like Hell on Earth, which is Matt and Chris's new limited series on 30 Years War. Something that like they spent a shitload of like time and money working on. That is the type of thing we'll like aggressively protect. But like if you are pirating like the Thursday show, like I really don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. We've never aggressively gone after it. And I think if anything, it's probably helped us.
Yeah.
The Black Wolf feed, that Reddit is like the biggest centralized discussion of the show on the internet. And I don't really want to get rid of that. I mean, people got to talk about it somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite guy.
I was just about to say, let's do a little bit of George Santos shit before I switch over to something different. And that something different is Valorant Child game. Now, you have said a lot about Valorant. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
You're talking to the third largest Valorant streamer, by the way, in the nation, perhaps worldwide, actually.
Did you
know that? You're in the lion's den now, bucko.
Well, you've caught me in a special moment. I've not won a single fucking game of CS:GO since the new year. I deranked last night. I lost.
Ooh, it's the worst.
I'm Master Guardian 1 now. I'm no longer Master Guardian 2. When you switch over to Valorant, if you don't have a 5-stack, when I go home, I will play with you.
Okay. I have a 5-stack right now, but have you played, like, you've played Valorant?
Oh no, yeah, I've played a ton of it.
Like, what's your agent of choice?
I used to love Chamber.
Okay.
Because I loved 1Digging, but I understand they nerfed the fuck out of him, and you
still pretty powerful.
I would imagine that in your 5-stack of Valorant players, that you have someone who's a better Chamber than me. But I would just play whatever.
No, but I mean, you're a CS:GO guy, so you already have aim. Oh, I kind of want to see what you would do in the practice mode, like on the head clicking. I'm very bad, so there's no pressure. So this entire community is like very used to watching bad gameplay. So you have no pressure. You will look like a god regardless.
I'm shitty at Valorant because I find it like very slow compared to CS:GO, and like my impatience.
And it's also shitty because it doesn't have the gritty realism of CS:GO, and it's a childlike game, and that
no skill jumps.
Yeah, look to cartoon graphics to make kid player happy like children show. Valorante cartoon world with rainbow, unlike Counter-Strike with dark corridor and realistic gun. You know, these are really good points. Valorante like Playhouse, Valorante player run from CS:GO, fear of dark world and realism.
These are normally things I would say, but I'm so fucking frustrated with how my last like 12 CS:GO games have gone. Dude, I have not even fucking won an in-house scrim. Me and my friends who play CS:GO, my friends from matchmaking and shit, we play scrims against each other. Whenever we have like more than 5 people, we get 10 together to play in-houses. I have not even won one of those since the new year.
It's the worst when you're on when you're on a losing streak. It makes me feel so pathetic.
I feel terrible. Like if I lose Master Guardian, everything else is like going amazing, right? Like since the new year, really since I got a Steam Deck, like I've been waking up way earlier.
Here's the hype.
I've been working out 5 times a week. I've like our subscribers it's exploding. We get like 200 new ones every day. But I am sucking so much at CS:GO and having such bad games.
It's worthless.
I would trade it all.
It makes it feel, dude, same. Everything in my life could be going well, but because Valorante, I'm fucking not doing well on my gameplay. I'm not ranking up when I feel like I've been like working hard, you know what I mean? Playing like a couple hours every day. It makes me feel like such a loser because also simultaneously in the back of my mind, I still have that like old school mentality of like, it's just a video game. Why the fuck am I trying so hard? And I can't get rid of that. Much like Ninja, I need to channel my inner ninja and say, it's just a game is such a bad mentality.
I spent so much time like as a loser. Like I think I had like 9 years of my life where I was like, I'm just never going to have sex. And I just need to live with that. I was thinking like maybe if I like, if I do really well in school and like become a really successful, like, I don't know, lawyer or something, maybe I'll have sex, but it's probably never going to happen for me. I spent so much time in that mindset that like I can never like not really care that much about games. I always care like a little bit, but no, I will like if you guys have a slot open,
yeah,
I will play later today or whenever.
There's two things. There's 2 things I want to show you. Number 1, here's Jair Bolsonaro, former president of Brazil, playing Farpoint on his PlayStation VR.
Did he finally get his own place, or is this Jose Aldo's place?
Probably Jose Aldo's place, I suspect. Does he hit 1?
He's sucking. He better not stream that.
Yeah. Oh my God, he becomes a streamer.
It's the only thing left for him.
Yeah.
He would
just
be
owned.
Would it be TOS if he like emptied his shit bag on stream?
Yes, it
what a
would
terrible way for him to get banned. He has to go.
Yeah,
he has to go to like one of the based streaming sites for that reason.
Yeah, he. Well, I mean, I think he would do that anyway, right? Like he'd have to stream on Rumble from the top. Anyway,
I think I'm gonna start a Rumble channel.
Okay, well, let's get to it.
Okay,
Ex-roommate says he never knew George Santos by that name. Everyone has been coming out and saying like he went by Anthony DeValder. Like that's
the weirdest part. And okay, DeValder is the name of like there's a New York real estate concern with that name, and I think he was trying to like associate himself with that. Changing the first name is very weird too, though. I mean, what isn't weird about it?
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I think he did not respond when he was in when he had to vote for Kevin.
Yeah.
We are the last stronghold of never Kevers in here, by the way. We were totally on board with.
I do like how Kevin stood by him. Kevin's like, he's going on committees. He stood by me. Fuck you.
Yeah. Anyway, but here it is. Ex-roommate says he never knew George Santos
New York
by
Congressman
that
George
name.
Santos told as a younger man about his family's wealth and his business success. His former roommate, Gregory Maury Parker, joins us now. And in full transparency, a little technical difficulty there. And so we're glad you're here and that you're able to hear us loud and clear. You good?
Yes, I am. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Listen, you knew Santos for a number of years, starting in 2013. How did you end up living in the same house?
So my lease in Astoria was up in Queens, and he was like, oh, well, the New York rental market is ridiculous. Come stay with me for, a month or two while we get everything, sorted out and try to find you a place. And I was like, oh, okay. So I took him up on it, moved in. It was definitely an interesting few months.
Well, explain that to us. What was he like back then? Why do you say it was interesting?
Well, he, I suppose the biggest thing that I took away from it was like just delusions of grandeur. Like he would just go to bars with, like rolls of $100 bills. And, 3 days later, he would have no money. Or, he would constantly be saying, oh, well, I'm going to sell my phone. I'm going to sell my phone. Do you know anybody who wants to buy it? And, I'm like, well, why are you selling it? And he's like, oh, well, don't worry about it.
Fake it till you fucking make it, baby. And he did it. Oh, this is an incredible one, though. According to Marisa Kabas, a freelance writer and reporter for MSNBC, text obtained by J Suite LI, covering Nassau County, show George Santos, also known as Anthony DeValder, set up a GoFundMe so the dog of a disabled veteran could get a life-threatening tumor removed. Santos took the $3,000 that was raised and disappeared, and the dog fucking died.
Okay.
This is the most evil thing he's done.
I don't think it's good to kill a dog.
This is the most evil thing he's done.
I don't think it's good to kill a dog, but I do think that people have abused the service animal rule. There was a guy who would take his service animal to the gym I belong to in Brooklyn. He fucking ruined my Olympic lifting experience. I hated that fucker. I hated his fucking service dog. I don't want it to die. I don't think dogs should die. I don't think George Santos, Anthony DeValder should have done that. But I do think he probably experienced the same frustration that I did. I think he probably belonged to Brooklyn Athletic Club where that guy, that awful, awful guy who, I don't know if he was a veteran or not. He certainly wanted to look like a veteran. Where he's like, I need this service dog or I'm going to scare my wife and I'm going to play fetch with it near the Olympic platforms. Do you want people to kill your dog? I hate people have abused the service dog thing so much, but I don't think this dog deserved to die.
And the remaining will be used if applicable. She's a candidate for the surgery. Keep in mind, FOPU is a reputable organization. We care for many animals and have utmost respect. My dog is going to die because God knows what. That fucking fatty deposit is benign. It needs removal. And I'm sick of being jerked around. I'll take her to another vet, but that cash was raised on her behalf. It's 3 times the size it was in April. Remember, it is our credibility that got GoFundMe themselves to contribute. GoFundMe themselves to contribute. We are audited like every 501c3, and we're in with the highest standards of integrity. You have to remember every ride and every life you take from volunteers are paid for, gas, tolls, lunch, all that. Everyone has collaborated, and you're not coming for the ride with FOPU. We'll handle this from now on only with the animal. We do not drive people around, nor do we give them the rides. We transport animals in need, not needy owners.
So he had $3K in overhead from raising the 3K.
Yeah, which is every 501c3.
Yeah, no.
He's describing every 501c3 and the way that they are designed and operated.
This is Susan G. Komen.
Yeah,
this is exactly. No, I mean he did something.
He's just
wrong.
doing it on GoFundMe.
Yeah,
there's no way this is a real 501c3.
Yeah, look.
Why would they operate on GoFundMe if that was the case, right?
I do not think he was running a real 501c3.
Yeah,
but
there's too much paperwork.
Like all crimes, this is a crime determined by scale, and the small scale is what makes it a crime.
And it's just things just started continuously spiraling and getting like
he lies like I do at the top of the hour when there's a fucking 3-minute ad break. And, I wait until the perfect opportune moment to serve you that ad, which happens to be right now. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime, or by getting gifted a sub. If you're lucky, here's a 3-minute ad break now. There it is. Part of you dies every time I do that. I know.
No. I mean, like, hey, like I said, if the number was right, we would betray our stated principle. If you are out there and you want to like put us on a Spotify ad platform for $5 million a year, I take back everything I said.
You would be like, Spotify's good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, no one's ever given me a solid number, so, what the fuck?
I think the bigger crime was him being a hypocrite. What do you mean? He was not a hypocrite. What are you talking about? George Santos was never hypocritical. He's always just lied consistently.
Yeah, he wasn't like he didn't run on like I'll never let a dog die.
Yeah, that's true. He never said that. That's true.
He never said if there's a dog who needs a tumor removed, I'll be right there. I'll be getting that tumor out. I'll be transporting the dog. There'll be no overhead. He never said that.
Yeah.
Kind of ridiculously crazy. His mother was a housekeeper in Manhattan, and it just didn't seem feasible for him supposedly to come from all this generational wealth, if you will. And why are you doing the things that you're doing? It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, he had made allegations that he came from generational wealth, and you're saying that his mother was a housekeeper in the city in Manhattan.
Yeah.
So people are going to wonder, and also, you knew him through another name, right? The last name DeVolder.
Yes, I've always known him as Anthony DeVolder. I've never known him as George Santos. I was actually quite surprised. I guess he, went by his middle name and his mother's name. But yeah, no, I've always known him as Anthony DeVolder.
Mm-hmm. So listen, people, Greg, are going to wonder why you're coming out. They're going to say, well, that's his side of the story. And do need to tell our viewers that we did reach out to George Santos's representatives, his lawyers, and we haven't heard back from them. Although we have been trying since this story started to get an interview with him. He has declined. His representatives have declined. And even his office in Washington. You say something wasn't adding up between the way that Santos talked about himself and the life that he led, right? His name, Anthony DeVolder, as you knew him, his wealth and what have you. What else doesn't add up? What else?
Well,
I don't really give a shit about him lying about how poor his family was.
Yeah, no.
But this is pretty funny. His high school resume, his college resume, worked at Goldman Sachs and Citigroup. 9/11 claimed his mother's life to a Chapo FYM mod from Brazil, responding to that guy. Mother fled socialism in Europe. Grandparents survived the Holocaust, lost employees at Pulse nightclub shooting, had a nonprofit pet charity, claimed to be Jewish, owned 13 rental properties.
That is
awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how they're doing an entire segment on like the roommate oh, he said he was rich, but his mom's a housekeeper. That's way less interesting than like my mom died on 9/11. My mom died, you know.
He lied and said that he was a collegiate level volleyball player too from Baruch College on the like, I don't know, fucking Long Island Libertarian volleyball league.
They typical CNN fashion. They really found the least interesting angle here.
Yeah, I know it's fucked up, but I do also personally believe that there's a lot more about like how he has financed his campaign, and I'm surprised that like, I mean, it's being investigated now, so we'll see what happens.
I think it's a bunch of like, I mean, we saw the thing with the dog GoFundMe. I think it's like he just probably did like 100 things like that.
People are asking you if you give him the pass for the Jewish thing, by the way.
Yeah, he can claim to be Jewish. I don't really care.
Nice.
I mean, like, let's see. He's a social outcast. He I don't know. He displayed a sort of like biblical type of loyalty to Kevin McCarthy. We all remember the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode about the guy who died on 9/11, but not in 9/11. And I think that's 3 things, and 3 things makes you Jewish.
There you go. Okay. All right. Well, I believe that it is now time for. I mean, you can hang out if you want, but
nah, I'm not going to backseat you personally.
Okay. Well, but I do believe that we have a 5-stack ready for Velorante chat. I'm gonna get back to reacting to some other stuff. I don't want to keep Felix here in this state of torment while I go play Valorant. But I do want to watch this as well later. Do pro gamers have good aim in real life? Another Ludwig banger. So, I shouldn't turn that off. Hold on.
Here's the hypothesis.
Okay, Felix, what do you want to promote before you leave?
Check out our new series, Hell on Earth. Chris Wade and Matt Chrisman have they've made a groundbreaking limited series on the 30 Years of War and the birth of capitalism. It is available on the regular subscriber feed. You can now buy a 1-year subscription. You don't have to be billed every month. You can just all up front. A lot of people have taken that deal. That is all. Patreon.com/Chapo Trap House. Also check out our friends on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Chapo Trap House. There's always
greatest GeoGuessr wizard, MHUD in the chat always.
Absolutely. And they
holding you motherfuckers accountable.
He's incredible, a mod in this community. And also they have a terrific podcast on their Patreon, patreon.com/ChapoFYM. Those are my promotions.
You did that so well. That was very professional.
I've had a lot of practice.
That was fire.
I realized I've been podcasting in some form since undergraduate, since 2013 about. Been a long time. 10 years this year.
God damn.
Time flies.
Felix, many people say you are their favorite guest. Thank you so much for coming.
Always my pleasure.
All right.